right, so we are with you from now till 10 o'clock. We'll bring you speak out, we'll bring you some conversations here. It's all going to be talk till 10. But you also have the opportunity to speak to us by calling or sending us your text message. Please feel free to send us a text. And your master, speak and text as a citizen, not a spectator, who is building his or her community and beyond, just as the president always reminds us each morning. The outgoing president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Alright, so there is this video going viral. I don't know if you've also come across it. Where the president was I watched one video more than 100 times because I want to see if the lips with what a person is saying, in line, or there's missing link somewhere. But well, we have all of that to bring to you. Yesterday, the special voting across the country is over, and we await the general one, which is on December 7, 2024. What do you make of the special voting exercise yesterday? They say coming events cast a shadow. So if we want to go by the saying, would you say that all of that happened yesterday might reoccur December 7? Or we are going to work towards it? Let's have our motivation quickly. And today's message on peace is saying be selective in your battles. Sometimes peace is better than being right. Be selective in your battles. Sometimes peace is better than being right. So sometimes you don't want to prove that I am right. The other also wants to prove that he or she is right. And then we'll be dragging, I am right, I am not wrong, I am right. And by the time you realize there is some form of chaos. So let's be selective in our battles. And also note that sometimes it is just better than being a peace. Sometimes peace is better than being right. Let's choose peace than being right, than who is wrong. That's our motivation for the morning. And here there's a message from Hisense Ghana. Hisense is best known for all your electronic appliance needs: televisions, refrigerators, chest freezers, air conditioners. But did you know that Hisense have laser television, gas cookers, washing machines, smartphones, sound systems, microwave, water dispensers, rice cookers, kettle, iron, air fryers, just to name a few. Hisense is the best electronic companies in Ghana, and they offer you 5 years manufacturer defect warranty with Hisense showrooms across Ghana. Visit and buy your electronic appliances that is best known for quality, best for durability, for energy efficiency, best for affordability, best for style, and best for technology. Call 0302-550-000. Visit our website hisense.com.gh. We are on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people. And Rockstar says don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Enjoy free installation when you purchase roofing sheets from Rockstar's Roofing Systems, and they produce quality premium coated 55 housing, aluminum coated, and aluminum plain sheets at a very competitive price, not compromising on quality. They have Snaplock R25AD1, tile sheet, metal trusses, ceiling joists, POP cement, and and their production is within 3 to 5 working days, which is the shortest production time in the industry. Rockstars manufactures metal trusses for all kinds of buildings, and which comes in variety or different colors of thickness and colors. Call 0596 0592. Call 0592 500 Rockstars, quality and affordable. And again, Shiloh 2024 is here. Yes, it is that time of the year again, and the annual convocation of the Winners Chapel. Shiloh is here again, the 2024 edition, and it's that time of the year again. The annual convocation of the Winners family is here. This year's prophetic theme is the ever winning wisdom. So mark your calendars. This life transforming prophetic gathering kickstart Tuesday, December 10th through to Sunday, the 15th day of December. Ministering at the glorious events is none other than Bishop David Oyedepo, the apostle over the Winners Chapel International Commission, alongside other anointed ministers of the gospel. And now the daily session, we have morning sessions where specialized teachings and administrations begin at 6 a.m. and evening a time of deep worship and impactful word at 6 p.m. This global event will be streaming live and held simultaneously at all Winners Chapel International branches worldwide. If you are in Ho, you are welcome to join us at the Ho main branch located along Ho Dome Barracks Road. Remember, according to 1 Samuel chapter 3 verse 21, Shiloh is not just a gathering, it's a mountain of divine visitation. You cannot afford to miss this. Shiloh 2024, we are winning by the ever-winning wisdom of God. See you there. Okay, so let's have the first segment of the morning, the Speak House segment, where citizens, not spectators, gather to discuss. Egben keke bubu gavana mi penya sala bemia agbolo du do penya henya yo achi dua enya yo adodua dengo hi anabe won toche akpongo gbedede le wonu yo kata ne le wo me donc jibe wonu fo ato ahenu ti fafa velo ahehunya hunya lo ahetototo akwa akove ta menye nuo de sia de ike gere mi afa susume hemi bu ko mi agbolo mi agbogbo abu npo nwe enyo be mi gblea enya agbolo mele enya tefele ma ta fla che bi didi alakpa ogva. Yes, today I was planning to say alakpa, even though I don't like it when you say that, but I know why I'm saying that. Me didi ogva, so that when you are being probed, you don't make it look as if someone doesn't like you and someone is trying to support another. Our kind of politics, we need to revisit this. Me agbogbo revisit it. We need to rework on it. Agbogbo through asilen wanyenku vuvui kind of politics. The former ways of doing politics is over. The propaganda politicking we've been doing is over. Now we are on the other side where you need to educate the people to understand. So if you know what we are discussing, you don't have any idea, you don't have any facts, and you are just relying on hearsay, please don't phone in. Mega yo. Enya benya ike gbolomile. Iya do ko isele pogodo. Ya ihwe se ba meikele nya gbolo ikane jibe ye nye Yesu Kristo oveli ata nya ike gbolole nya tefie. So you rely on that and hold on to it and just want to come on the airwaves and throw it. I will not allow those tantrums to be thrown on air. Please, let's also Minamian Tochele Miado Kyome. our conscience to speak to us. Not just the fact that phone lines are being activated. So I have credit. I have battery on my phone. So I can call and say anything, all manner of things. We expose our ignorance and we tell people who are listening to us the kind of people we are through what we say. You might think you are doing it to please someone, but the larger picture you are creating out there, ma adejiwo. So when you come as a young person, you come as an adult, an elderly one, let wisdom speak through you. Speak to the minds of the people. Afonu abamechichie ne that nenyebe ameyuo hele yuome he asenko wela hwaglobe ameya menye doko chiko gake taflache no be chichi ya nunya obe kpere chichi nu ya efonu le nunya menya tefe tamia yeji ano wom sigbe menye gbe ne me gbole and then we remember and a few minutes komiga ngolobo. I say that one of my teachers back in SHS will tell you that you think but you don't reason. That is when you give answers and you are wrong. He said you are only thinking but you are not reasoning. And there is one also which is you hear but you don't listen, or you listen and you don't pay attention. Okay, so let's not just be people who are listening, but let's be people who pay attention, especially to details. Sometimes we are listening and then we are not paying attention, or we are paying attention, yet we are not paying attention to details. So let's pay attention to details. Nemia abu is always good. Ata Biblia will tell you that be slow to speak. Mega chiji be ya fonu. Ela be nyaye dola mepe numere. Ewa anu gbogboza. Thank you. Welcome to the Speak Out segment. Live on Facebook. Please let us know where you're watching us from and what you make out of what we are about to discuss. You can also share the link, okay, to your groups on your status and other pages that you belong to, and you feel that what is being discussed, what is happening here, they should also have a feel of it by watching. Do us that honest by sharing the link. If you have never, you've been listening to us on radio, you have never and ever bothered, yeah, it has never interested you to watch us on Facebook, please do that today and like the page, follow us, and whenever we are streaming any of our programs, you get a notification and it's easy for you to follow what we do. Welcome to the Speak Out segment. My name is Joyce Jijo Afola. Nyawezo. Nyaideji Puereko. Egbefe Enumejojoro, what we'll be discussing today. I wouldn't be talking much. I'll do the talking later on the news and views segment when I'm giving you the updates on what we are discussing or about to discuss. So Ndi Apenya Ikememia Jurode is a direct question I'm putting out there. And then any other thing I might want to add, I'll do that on the news and views segment. I think that'll be okay. So I can have a few thoughts from you before we move on. We will not have much time on the speaker segment today, pardon me, for that. So when you come, please, let's manage the time. So at least, me at one house so fufu, please, enya fufu, akoko fufu, manya mereka kwa drede kaji aba hong, na be imaga de dao. So, Tanya, alo babia ike umile jujuru gbedo, mi ajuru nziki enyem. What did you make of the special voting exercise yesterday? Simple. Megbolovo ike mi. Maga ko de ke kokpe. Ma de ke chele mo. Ele oche ne po echo. Special voting pe one away. Eya kwenye gbefe babia. Ta nenye be ele ine po kwa achinam. Enye ma ko de ke akwa kokpe o. Ala be megbolonya de le yofu gbe me bo be coming events cast shadows, okay? Menyale magbele lefe gbe me. Akonya gbede lefe gbe me. Akoko sok pakulu if I want to do the direct translation agaba jiji akpa. So nenu jojo yuo do moda choi vai ne wanyebe nyende ike ne dejesi be ne mimbo asito trole nu agaba do fearful le December 7 obete anamia segometa choi vai mi was special voting, okay? Afi ke mi komia pe national security NIB gbadagba povito gahomeji pola ojochido fea opete deji no lao do ameyiwa wo doto heo le akoda kekieji kokpede nya jojo do wala wo huntia yo we po go mele choi vai ta fla chefa akoda dame ike mi ame gbogbo to mi ato a enyenyi cho memre dagbeko no get a wo easily me ape ya bala oji nya get we mi ese eye megblebe ho central choi vai nenye be no toji anye do hati yo yide district officer le ho central le fi agoti me bakpele adakulu a o henu chuchu venami ke yiwo le nye gbondi ya mava anna nu chuchu mi kude muti na nye be o me khala eke ya ke khala ava yeji megbe ka mesu nu edako a eyoko maton anna nemia anya ta 0247900764 leke nekpo le nuto wi ene yiwo po gome echoi vai le special voting me le Ghana dukwame godwa leke nekpo akodadai ezonwe no si anu zonwe nu yo nyenu mi mejibe mi makpo mi le fa mi le nu fom ko de mu yo nyenu fa fiao ojo alo mejo kede eka onwe mi atonwa wasito trole hafi nkeke ntontonto ike mi le jajiram do na yi gbogbo re wenye ya wava ado me karejibe me ko video ko pe ta susu ele mi agbo your observation you you want to tell nekpo your observation menye ika mere gboro your observation le echope akodadanu eyiwo ava hia be ne mi awase totro le wonu happy December 7 no wado ne ba down de kwa anu asio na mi amerekereke wa aten awe ha 0247 900 764 bakpele 0203 766 500. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Dijo.
F4.
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 Yeda pele ma ben ya mi ga femi ani onko.
Pela foma.
Mo do na boda ke tokata. Mr. Jo mi go lebe mi ado do nya bedi. America ma ba akoda fedi. Amobubu na cha pele ke agawa na sa munamu. Mi ya ma je ma na me fa covid to ko me pote de no ba. Enu yo to gbe attention he. Mi ke me mo po mu na akoko fi. Abola kola ma mi ke Alhassan wala mi ntoa atoba ya mala tapo nkeke malako amula ko dakwa aba ko nko te kemra shima na muwa ne menye be fi fon service nkata fi prosecutor mala mo ko aluko vitwa ko nu to pa mo hotoa o metela MP makere ko yo Alhassan o malio aye mi ka awun kuna mi nyamu nto dabi mejiba akoda gbala mo de do moto de ka naga edumura omugoro ojo ta foda as anwana amu maleta po ta me da kuku but one man one vote one woman one vote ya chi me na mami dagbe ta ko fito fon kure no fufu anyi ye lebe na ko ha iri nya clash ne lenti ya ta mi ka ta na da ko ti ba fama as anwana na da kama ga no mo intimidation am no fitete da to ka ga no nyima mi dagbe ye nya vito as anwana na alwa na gbede mo tumu na mo le lai ma ga no nyi o
akpe
dana de ka ko le nyachi akpe now
akpe kaka nenye be mi a adonko eji a ameyo odu oto wo na fe goma jeje kaka ka basere nu a ona mi se goma be emma wo pete enye agojeje le seji abaga no gbede to mena mele flime. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sadi John.
Papa.
For the man. Mensa.
Okay.
I would have voted to Ochoa.
Tonya we juro vivie jibi anya.
Obey hotel special to do with that. Come over here.
Ah, when you me wow. You do my December 7, call me.
Akwe. And you said to Nyahana to her. Me because ewa nambe. Just a povito, quelle badagba, quelle migration to abamo yo voted cho. Take ho no come now, unwa home. Which is well bene non anymore. Amaba what when you say dollar or yami o now position as said dollar your whole foot while man okay then already a person of me value that man or worse in Edua, which is Manyam problem more no come no eleven reject and one left match the country coming in Numa nabe alo echotonuma wa hotwa duaya nani agbobo du ball alo nuka anyebe lefi kwa na yi program as a wedding program kwa nyime duanu olo kenu ka nye pa de pack mama cho na be cho abeda ho akọ it is olen pe domi ne nan wa na me de ele bu wa ka wa no na me de be ne ho never of uta ngbe nya ki ni yan kata nya se do la wa no pe domi cho de ma which is not the fun that the do ball and the abenu mami jo cho me ga jo le te cho from am you okay water out the teacher at the teacher no na ho no kai no ma hia me hia o sister
o jagole seji
jagole ha me hia me de ke nya be de kuku de kuku de water de la se no ma me de ke me ga ba no ma cho vile de ke me de do gele no ma mo sister nke sia me nenyo
fo mensa nkeke amenenyo medogbe na takala topete onye nu yo miese miekpo no metatao eye onye nu yo miele fafiam dongo eye henye jigbanya na megedo ba meyo onye sewundo wala osenyala ofe nkeke ya jie nenem nu ya hejodo. Hello Aflache. Hello, good morning.
Hello Sajijo.
Yes, foko
I walk and you foko malai. Wala doji mabiaro manye siya komino ya Americans e wodako na mi kwa social media ya Donald Trump alo Kamala Harris wala ndumane akodala line na mi kwa Americans e we odako fo the photo a candidate to odako na bala pa social media mi buibe mi abesa don wala they should have known better than this. Ya boba le line me ya le dudu mana we kene mi a civilians we bo mi ba le line me bo e candidate to ba le dudu na mi le line me bo de me ka jago Sajijo me le surprise that in this modern Ghana we are today when in a civilized country security officers we bo le line me lọ́nù dùn mọ́ náà tí ó fẹ́ mọ́ dùpọ̀ kàkà mọ́ lẹ àkọ́dá lẹ fọ́tò dẹ̀rẹ̀ social media. Yo, the last
observation nyaka ele asiokudenu we have seen it.
Any violation of electoral laws.
Okay, so going forward, what should we do?
We should not allow this thing to happen in a subsequent election. Electoral Commission torture me say in Kola, not the earlier the better. What about ado do ko do me me that babado because no it remain like that la I disinfect a lot of populace on coming Saturday.
Obe bugba manwe myself komla.
Nobody. Inke le amo le nyanwa vote soba yo la si demela. Inke mele de la gbana jio. Na das inke me ko beno vote ne candidate la. Mele de inke mele de yo ba si tala beno demes go si. That's no ave wa de yo ba si.
All right, okay. Ink Nyama, Ink Amenya Nukeyore, what's the name? Stamp Yekene Kwasi Demeko Akbarasi Naore, because you have to clean it and talk. When you have one deji, there must be a sign on it. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Saijo.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Saijo.
Yes.
This one is fine.
Okay.
Okay. A Ghana Nakle, and you go out to trouble. I any special
voting.
Tara, everybody for Yaribo, or the new chair, your old Magalet, man, namely outdo our bear, all America don't call your. If one be told, your who are not with ya, Rodo Dewey, and be Pitowi, Efinitella, and do watch our MP talking. Tano, Bobo, you look at trouble, they can be all. You will do a peace. Peace. I tell you what them do my mind. Let one to an amin to do, and amin to do. This year, it go with me, the by the over line. I'm old boy, Yawanya, you are not that partner to do. I don't touch you, Kenny. So let me deal there, Bajo. Bye bye.
Okay, so we are being unfair to Miantomia Doku Bolefi, and about call that call. So let's do a thorough observation. Let me adoku domenzike me cast me up in mind. So to all the regions you hekpo gome, there are 15 of them. In general, what do you make of yesterday's special voting exercise? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
You
Merekumia Fokea. Okay, all right.
Me never settle. Never settle me sata from the Ghana to come in a new war. When you meet at the Yaji crowd, Yanu Lima, Amanavano, bribe Naman, Shirakashi, Kanama. Alabama, Yadifiabu, Lois Satapo, the Kagama Stella, the Academy, Mama, but then Yaja to come and say, would Tanu Yamani. I tell you, Kumyagana, I got the Labano Jabano do. You tell me that control and chief of family. Many Madula. Me, you see the Yaji, Kuromiaga, Talabania, Dunia vote. Alaba, a Jiru, a Ghana versus MPP, Talabania, Dumia vote, me at MPP.
Yo, I for Geremiaji, Akpamaike, a McLaren call. I'm a Siamene donate that call. Everything I'm like, hello, good morning.
Yes, Mama Dijo.
For Martin.
Open Gobela, Maguntone way. The activity, that's where any medal make too much. I tell you, I will go there, they taxi the KG, Basia Lagle. La course noalo. How that's what I never met. Cassé, no, I didn't know what I could read. I didn't know one. Elia, and then you run your blessing day. How did you? Did you get a high tech? I turn off me, I know as you are covered of people, I take over teacher. Can I know what the kill blebe? And then I take a video, a capture ya. Ni wọ́n yẹ dọ́kítà obìnrin apá ẹni ní sọ́sọ́ náà níbi tọ́lọ̀ sí ẹ̀rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀lì ilé ìdánwò yóò dọ́kítà obìnrin àwọn dọ́kítà obìnrin kọ́kọ́ rà gbẹ̀mọ̀ ẹ̀yẹ àkó ẹni tí a ta jọra mẹ́ sí àmẹ́bí tani ẹ̀dẹ̀ ńlá ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ìdí tẹ́mú wò la gbẹ̀mọ̀ àpẹ́ bàbá jìjọ máa ń yíra wẹ̀ lọ.
Yo, àpẹ́ òǹjọjọ nọ̀nà híà ẹ̀yẹ nínú ìwọ̀wọ̀ jẹ́ ẹ̀híà. Hello, good morning.
Bájíjọ.
Papa.
Ẹ̀wọ̀n kẹlu.
Ee.
Àwọn ẹ̀dọ̀ gárí wa.
Nye
wuke kontu ke mnya pete nya awan ke mnya ba me ke to ko bomia un jogbe be problem de ke me ga jo ele wa ko jomia un ma cho ballot bosso ne be o nya nya sini e yi ne le janna ame ya o ke da ko cho ke va ya be yo wa po wa na mi bo ne be nde ji be ayi be wa ada wa lewe lo alo wa ko lo wa nda wa to se na we ne se be wa
Gakele
Menye
yo
ti
pa
be me on
kontanta
top
me de
bu.
hunya apart from zanu na na lo nu na ye mi ekpode de me sele yo top e ikenye choi vibe maso hunya domoda.
Me do mu da o. Ya ke ko ba na we. Ya me de me na o. Ba don he wunya ba. Na nyi me na. E wu me na o. Ya me o. Nti mata mana pe nkata ko wa we ba na go me sere ke me de mo be na du do me to be di hele line me he be no da ko me cho ko me ko te e ya ko. Una no amu de kutuku me la jame. Ya ke ndu ba no na e ko. Ito bo ko dagbe ya. E yi party de ya ma no du na wa. To 1992 kenyi me kwepon. E yi me se ko cho. Look at him, brother. You were set up, and no bend to Mavo Yumado.
Okay.
Wakofia Jessica, and you Wakofia peace agreement, Maho sign. Then when you recommend Joe, Nchifafa, recorded the ad. Echo never can hit that no actually million of ball. Eleman or you, Napo Minyao, Chiwa Ball, American Minyao. Yes, I mean, email or jury. No, Najo. Give me peace agreement, Maho on to sign. It's very. Echo met police IGP, the Mepono.
All right.
I'm a gamma
That
Mepono.
special prosecutor be established
That is all.
investigation.
No agbenyire ne Ghana nenyo.
All right.
Zanure le fola kle nda enalache ejago. Na betinya to yatebe ku Ghana anyu.
Okay. Akpe don't go have no ava jo alo mi ava je video alo pictures ma okpoma. Ye no cho special prosecutor bobe nenem no mareke mega egio. Yake ever you establish investigation into this. I'll just pick this 1-2 calls and I'll end it here. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Jijo.
Yes.
Original record.
Yo.
Egbe mi adogun.
Okay.
Gban. Generally, mi afete Ghana to mindset ebe isi mele prepare o. Ya fe no fofo to come me. Sacrifice e do wa. Officials, everybody came to the yard.
I want you to mention them. NCC Toka Eva Hokoli Kodu.
Everybody came into the yard to register.
I was there
Who
myself.
knows whether there may be an official from NCC that also came there to eat that koliko. Well, I know NCC people were doing.
Everybody, that means NPP agents. You're of much of the koliko there.
Yes, and you come to koliko, ma. Journalists also ate that koliko. She said, let them be fair.
You are not done.
Let's be fair. You call say, please, and me never done it. which is even not allowed to even to happen. Man, no way to make over that man leader to make a no more, but my leader to go, Mr. Channel, I was solo. Make us a report, they can to record them and I feel
if that is also against the law, we are condemning the acts, hello?
I condemn the
That
people think
citizens
we
must
should
abide
crucify
by the
her.
law. No one is above the law.
Yes. And we are now on humanitarian ground in a corruption way. Get a special prosecutor. Any other is he on a humanitarian ground? If it is so,
mile jogbe ena
yeah.
minya be yigede nu jojo amebe ya wonu me kokota me ele special prosecutor lalam. Thank you original Michael. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, morning. Stay your like Miele Dojia.
Mere kumile dojilo.
Hello?
Mere kumile nko sem ele nko nyesa.
Ah, okay, afoya.
Okay.
Akpa arija mai karu kuno bela araba bi ko ba akpa man kongro mole. An kongro we ava akpa mo to village be mi vangu ko bat no. De ko lu na wa nyama karaji ba ma ibro molo ba amo ba ko dakwe. Yo le line electoral commission to fa ame. Iko rurure onchi ho marira ko ko fina mamau. Anya a model nya melo isaijo.
Enya me no le flime de ko hafi wa ida ko dape ne we ko enla ega money alo anything valuable akoko na monam be yakọ enu ameton be ya na ba ma gada ko crow alo no adako de dodo de nu
tari anwe ko yeba simple very anka manyanye be ko so fate ko be va vangu nko
It's not even supposed to be so. Those things better 1 million. Don't justify it.
Everybody, if you are Kenya,
you must note that you have a responsibility. Me atogbi o me bolo, me atogbi o wanu vovovo, kodo ki o savo kovudi. Ta guy ko cha ko ba ahe aba no flime, angolo nkobe e choncho iche unsenle isibe ya watatia. On December 7, Enya Tatia, yesterday, Amadoko opportunity, here Tatia. There is always a price to be paid. If you are in a queue, a chon chocha global, ino flime dowi, ino flime chiko wi, ya iko dako, ya iko duplo, like a vaziji, ya ho vazijire, medouan le dogbo, dicha inome, those are the prices, and then when you want to speak, a phone well, abenya bele yepe jimela, kake e bareke metara fireko. America meba for when Ufuba call Ghana be dofu from Ho to Ashaman, from Ho to Aflau, or from Aflau to Ho and come and vote. And then the other time, what somebody asked this question when one of the engagements, IRI, NCC, Towo, ye, the Fiere Cabia, seven, never MLA issue. That's a tough one. Never MLA issue. Yawo Davudain, the station, ever get a mede. According to the reply or the response given, la. So far as it's not a direct money, the co-cornel to induce them to go and vote against, so that will tell me to be maybe Benya Gojejo. But the direct ones that you are giving to the person, and then they'll call another, you are attaching conditions to it. You cannot be in a queue and then you call now because a field there on a humanitarian. Which one is a humanitarian ground? Since when do you become a humanitarian? Where's your organization? Have you been doing this thing all this while to your people? So let's, in our own selves as citizens, ignore some of these things. Yeah, we all have a price to pay. I want to join the queue on December 7 and vote. I don't expect you to come and give me water because if I know I'll go there and spend more than an hour, a chitola around, you go and buy. Before I go there around 10 o'clock, you can eat something before you go. And when someone comes around giving you anything, won't touch a kobe you don't take it. And I am not sure that will be allowed on December 7, or even if it not be allowed on December 7, why was it allowed on December 2? So we'll wait for the special prosecutor. And line is still blinking, like I said. That is why we always bring NCC into the studios of Global FM over Amiagbo every Wednesday. But fear no me. But don't just be interested in the side of the segment that you get your na ya phone na party tono sebe your phone no. Be interested in the educative programs you better we put across from Monday to Friday, and then you get what you are supposed to get. Which I told them go do, and when you are speaking, which I told quote in there, I back what you are saying. So let's note. Ba be du me vio no be du lisi be do da si le mi asi de do do keketa le gbegbe. Eye for sasa fe do ya wonye. Tamina mi savole December 7. Mi va wonu nwento. Na mi afa chichi nya me yo no photo do na mi nya mo ko phone koko yo. Ya ke mi kpo mi anto mi afa se do allow dewo de ka vedo. O wonu ike mele bene wa wo. Menye fia ba wo chene na ye wo po. O me yo. Tam mi de kuku de siande. On that very day, chere mega dope party t-shirt de ke ko ifimi on around o mega wa campaign le efliemo. Enya call dada henya je gomendi gandre kwa. Gaton nenye be mi gale flieme kokokola. Akpo mo nu popo. Gake mega va do gaton ba mo le flimeta ya va cause confusion o. Be ya so it's a Saturday, it's a weekend. Even a day before, it's a holiday. Mega nabe Amerike ne kwa mo fofu da fido le gamana eye taroji no anyebe no ayaba dakona medede. Don't be part of it. Go and sacrifice on that day. Amerike mega ba ejigere no vienu. Na nyabe iya jiro kwa ikabaka bele no fleme kpo mega phone na Amerike kaka na da opa cover ne na jo. Eye nde ka be mi do nkuji na monye be amero ngolo ki obote nko fe card che koko kpere ballot paper wa ko de ngome obejo tani ma adonku eya cheji na mim format ne ba mo le wundedi ta mi mega de wundo ne nde me kona wode mega wana mereke bia le flemo presiding officer le police station de siade never dey try to find out who that presiding officer is. If you have any challenge aten ayo I fall on him, and then wa afia onu nwento le be na wo eye akpo o ballot paper pe megbe be isi pe validating stamp de earlier hafe na ide ofa kodafe na ya sitegere inke jide mereku o tiereji atereji nwe afe alakotu amerike ji ne be ya kwakotu ko agbugbu atutui eyi o henye ss egbara sina atutui afe ange wo agbalevia akwakode. Please, you are still calling, and the reason why I'm not picking is I can't pick anymore because I want to give you some updates. I have some interviews coming on this morning, so I have to end it here. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring you health, and I would have loved to use their time. I can from the region want to bring them to you. So we are back after this short break. Thanks to everyone who has contributed to the speaker segment. But in general, we would say relatively that our special voting exercise was peaceful.
Waking you up every weekday morning. Global
voting ended yesterday, and we can say relatively it was a peaceful. So we're expecting that on December 7th, we will have a more peaceful, seeing a free or chaotic free election. And we also pray again that the machines that worked yesterday, from all indications, we've not had any challenge as far as the elections are concerned. We've not had challenges as far as the election, special voting is concerned. Would also replicate itself on the very D Day. We call it D Day, which is December 7th. Welcome to the news and views segment. Here I have some updates to bring to you quickly. So yesterday, we tried to monitor events, and we'll talk briefly on a few things and bring you some audios as well. So yesterday, we understand that uh, the AC's, that's the whole central AC office, where we had three polling stations. And you be a choice via kodada pe wana umea. Whole central, hey kenu chuchu acho nye do hati Annabel Bova. If ejebe oma akodapia le AC district officer le fi de tepewa meton. Ble susube akodada ne wateun acho nwe eye mi hwese hambe echo nwe de vava kele enkeke penu wuwa ye mi esebe police station yeke ame 525 ye wejebe ne wa adako 525 ye wejebe ne wa adako. And then mi kpobele enkeke penu wuwa we had 451 451 hiwe eva ekpo akofe edada. And then we have station B. Okay, so A and B had the same figures. Earlier on we had 520, but later you understand it's 525. But as for C, 519 from the very onset still remains. So Lebila 440 Ueva for Akodada instead of the 525, and then C519 make more am 446 Bayway Edako. So these are the I am not calling results. Oh, me like do Akoda Metro result you na me de call. Ke ame you head da call total number me you je be no wa da call enye ma me ehede ego na emi be the police station a amagbo soso you le be na wa dako b c pele eyiwe dole me heva dako echo iva ya fe me chocho yewe ma mecho na mi ta ama vai di la fide ke be yuwa se le global ff ya balance be me yuwa me de ke fe nko be party A, party B. We should pay attention to details. That may you head a chove or pete head da cover no ekemi. I have that of I got team also here, and then I'll bring that one too. Then Mia said, but that's the car ever. We'll just end it there. So we'll wait for the very D day. So total eligible special voters 252. And yeah, I got Tim McPetwe, AC District Office, and I may you that call Choiva year. We had 229 voting out of the 252. Kokweda, Nenge, de Kale de Kamea, Akobe, Amebla Vevo Blendoe, ye meton Bogume, head that call Choiva yoga. Akobe cho 10 out la fido edameji la fido cheme dameji tututu ke ma zamon popo ya mi ako aponu na do ko pete be mi adore akodada wonti na enwolo nko eyiva ekpo eda be yepe nko ela kodagban lemekwa do de wona wonti de reyiriji akodada ofie be atonwa check open registration details so to *711*51#. G atwa kpo eda be yanko ega potole agbalame kokokwa *711*51#. Eye nuchochwa ha na beno na duoja nenya yenye be candidates open position le ballot paper gia ega le sigbe ko ome ewototro deke ele wuntio kele chopa kodada nu le isi pe edo fiame ikenye district officer le ho central open municipal director apeno Emilia Akotia efonu na anya jojo dowalao wode globe ikenye kakande jina na duojabe yo le klalo abe do pe ne na December 7 pe akodada wozamon pokpo hekwa do da ame yo kata heje na ko dada nyame yo pa nkonya la gban la mekwa na wa do la gbo sosome la be yo tai yo ever da do no awodi mene wa awo akodada ta na wa do ada akọ mi asegbeda sima hafe mi akọ eyu galea akwa venami
si anu ijinwe de ameyo pete kolebe no vote enye 1559 kake asa 5 pm ikemikmala 1337 yenye ameyo ketenva dako and everything was peaceful. This place was the process was smooth. Indime koyo abe queue vide no kake kaka wa poga woman ko inala. The queue was down and then it became a walk-in. So you walk in and then you cast your vote. And then enema tututu wa ijema leke feature was peaceful, smooth. Ko nenema December 7th noima. Show the people of whole constituency that we are prepared and set for the elections. We've received all our materials and everything is set. We've trained our officials, we've packaged, we've done everything. So they should come out in their numbers on that day. Nova Dako. Me the kukuno no Dako voa. No yape me no wana emono poko no view however Dako. Nepo ga tonwa gubo vanemia katamia gubo akle vote.
all right at Dojipola at the municipal level apeno Emilia Akotia hinya akodado pejipola pegbe yenye mamie ese kude echo ivayi to wonti ke gbedasi kecho NDC dunya glo have zimenola na amuganu to apeto mauto agbavito ha eji de globe process alonu yo kata meko ohia be amono wa to dodo me vovovo ya osiano ezo enwe eye ode dejesi be nonya wovoko ekpobe miano nkeke mamlela la menye December 7 akọ dada ganto wa hlen wa ko beta akọ akọpe ahlen weta echo iva inu ike ga yiji a enye political parties obete okofe silo ta box ogale andalok o seal and the sian de koko darai eye wo de globe no sian no leji imwe eye wo yiji sile na ha yiji pepepe eye wo da sile munti na mi afe povito ameyo fe popolote papers yo wano kakava sena nkeke yike wa akọ wokata akwa kokpe hena wo kekale be mi aho enu chochoawo le akodada pe kekle alo no nyebe mi da general election se pa kovola akokokokpe ko will know the results of the special voting and also that of the general election iha efo no na nyachocho dowala ale
some form of professionalism. If this happens on the 7th of December, we won't have cause to complain. Because earlier on we were thinking, or we know, that the EC and the MPP are in cohort. It has raised a lot of suspicion from the manipulation of the register to the shortage in the printing of the ballot papers and a host of things. But if they live up to their task and there is fairness, which we always want now, we'll accept the results. Beyond that, there will be doubts. It means that if people queue at the polling stations and it gets to their turn and there is shortage in ballot papers or shortage of ballot papers, they will be told to wait. And by the time ballot papers arrive from Accra, elections are over. So it's to the detriment, to our party, which we know Volta region is our stronghold. Yeah, so that is the fears that we have. Ballot papers to the numbers in the register, they sent. So we believe that this time they will get things right. Well, is to come out and vote out this incompetent government. We are all suffering, including all of you here. We all go to the same market. We buy products from the same market. There is no NDC market or MPP market. In fact, I met a few MPP people here. Even here, they are suffering more than the NDC people. So I'm urging everybody that we should come out and vote them out so that the nation regains its independence, the nation regains some peace, the nation regains some economic benefits. Otherwise, the line we are going, the future doesn't look too good for this country.
All right, so that's the voice of the regional chairman of the NDC, Mr. Mauto Agbavito, speaking to journalists there yesterday. Ta wede a chofe akodada eje fambe cho emoji via the paper gbo le mi agbo le nu to me la fia mi agbo le be hinches de ke meva e ke be amerike pe jiga hoju amerike pe nku gabia klon 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 kenu sianu eton ezo de dodo nwento no ke babia enye be aloyi ka mole dicho akodado of ya gbo enye be ne wa ayiji benu sianu ne wa azo smoothly le akodada ntonto amado le yoba akodada ntonto vo ke chele me la akodada nkeke ikeye December 7 eji. All right, fifi mi ayi de nyajojo ngolofia uzo iye mi aga ale nkude wana de kave wo nti me gbledo ngobele mi agbole fia mi wo akodada ake mi afe ele ike no ten zonyu ele mi agbole fila we were not able to focus on it and then touched on it kebo mi afe focus vano eyo nye numa enu jojo yo mi me no mokpokwa na yo domoda le dukwa pakpa bubuwa. Our focus was on those ones. Some updates from here, that the Volta region, Nicho and Wanadenoji Le Hohwe. So I'll bring you some stories, Volta stories, a few of them, whilst my colleague Frank Abo would bring you the other ones. And we have some interviews also coming on. So on Friday, we have here the NDC vows to reclaim Hohwe seat as Fifi Equate List Regional Rally. So the National Democratic Congress has reaffirmed its commitment to regaining the Hohwe parliamentary seat, which was lost to the New Patriotic Party in the 2020 general elections. Addressing a mammoth crowd at the NDC's Volta Regional Rally in Hohwe on Saturday, Mr. Fifi Kwete, General Secretary of the NDC, urged party supporters to spread the party's campaign messages of hope ahead of the 2024 elections. He noted that the NDC was not supposed to lose the Hohwe parliamentary seat to the NPP in 2020, and that this opportunity should not be missed again, stating that an NDC win would correct the wrongs of the past 8 years. He thus encouraged party supporters to go door to door, stressing the importance of the election in resetting the country. The rally also featured speeches from other key NDC figures, including Mr. Thomas Wolanyo Chekpo, Norway NDC parliamentary candidate, who urged the electorate to focus on development issues rather than divisive campaign messages. Mr. Mauto Agbavito, Volta Regional Chairman NDC, emphasized the party's unity and focus, stating that all votes in the region will be protected. And we'll run you through some headlines about 2 or 3 papers, and then we will bring you our interviews or conversations that we have. And the City Newsroom here says OSP launches investigation into food sharing incident at Ayawaso West Wagon. And the Bagbin recalls Parliament to sit on December 16. Special voting, I smell 65% victory for NDC. Ashimore says, and special voting again, tension mounts in Ayawaso West Wagon as Lydia Al Hassan shares food to voters. 35% of Ghanaians living with HIV unaware of their status. AIDS Commission, and I will expedite assent of anti-gay bill if elected president, says Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Election 2024, voting for a party without a message is dangerous. Herikote there. And in a Futu, independent parliamentary candidate granted 50,000 Ghana cedis bail. Election 2024, don't interfere in our work. IGP warns private security operatives. OSP warns against corrupt acts in December polls. GJA threatens to return EC's 4,500 media accreditations if not increased. And the good news is that directive from the Electoral Commission has been reversed, where media houses are now allowed, or persons can access constituency and regional collation centers using their photo accreditation cards issued by the Electoral Commission. So the back and forth of the Electoral Commission, well, at long last, they have given all media personnel the free pass if only you have the photo accreditation issued by the Electoral Commission. If you don't have it, you are stranded. Don't even go there. Stay in your office and protect studio work, or give your colleagues that support. Frank Abo. Good morning.
Seriously, let me run you to graphic online. Ghana, no military personnel will be deployed to police stations. GAF is saying that. Then Ghana Education Service launches channel for educational issues. So it's called MOETV. So it's all represented to our TV station.
The teachers all I bet just that police will have open TV. Yeah, so they look. It's a memo. You are $1 for my.
Ghana economic crossroad, the imperative IMF extension. Then the last story on my graphic online here is election 2024 coverage. NMC urged journalists to prioritize safety. So upon all the photo ID you have talked about earlier, you should make sure you are safe, protect yourself. That is for graphic online. Let me, if you have any story there, take it from me. Let me cover up here.
All right. So last week Friday, and also I think Saturday there was this graduation ceremonies in main institutions in the municipality. So there's this message we want to bring to our listeners: HTU students to lose certificates if there is an if clause there. As Ghana prepares to go to the polls on December 7, 2024, students of Ho Technical University have been cautioned against engaging in electoral violence. According to Professor Ben Honyenugam, Vice Chancellor of HTU, such conduct could lead to the withdrawal of their degrees and diplomas by the university. Professor Honyenuga emphasized that elections should not be seen as a do-or-die affair and urged students to exercise their franchise in a peaceful manner. He warned that any student found to be involved in electoral violence would face severe consequences, including the potential withdrawal of their certificate. As we approach the general elections, I entreat you all to exercise your franchise in a peaceful manner. Do not engage yourself in any electoral violence. I will not hesitate to recommend to the academic board and counsel to withdraw your certificate should it be established that any of our graduates was involved in electoral violence. The Vice Chancellor issued a warning during the 25th congregation ceremony on Friday, where a total number of 1,632 students graduated with degrees and higher national diplomas in various disciplines. So this happened on Friday, and then that of UHAS as well came later, Saturday. Okay, so that is from the Vice Chancellor to the student. I think it's in place. After your 3 years in school, 4 years in school, then your certificate has been withdrawn by the academic board and council because it has been established that one of their own, whom they have trained to raise the flags of the university high, will go and tarnish the name or the image of the school by indulging in electoral violence. I think it's in place.
The thing is a good call, but is that a norm?
Must it be the norm? Because
See,
circumstances demand certain measures. Must it be the norm?
no, it shouldn't be as if okay, I am the head, so anything that comes to mind can
No,
be
you can't say
applied.
that.
But seriously, there are
What
laws.
must you do
Fine,
for your
it's a
students
good. That's why I
to
say.
stay away from electoral violence?
Oh, okay.
Menye be no mega vai yobo
But
HTU viwe malo. How would you feel as a past student or the leader of the school? What message must I give to them to deter them? That was what he did.
you see, fine. That's why I say it's a good call. But away from the four walls of HTU, the students are on their own. Whatever they do on that day solely lie on them. It doesn't take him to whatever the agreement
Then I
is.
don't expect you from your comments.
Yes.
Never again. When a crime happens and you hear a Votarian's name
Oh,
being popped up in that and
you-
say that you are disappointed, I
no,
don't
you
want to
it's
hear you
no,
say
it's
that.
a platform for us to criticize whatever is wrong.
No,
If the
because
thing
of
is
what
wrong,
you know,
it's
some
wrong.
things nyadode wa blow the corner me. And then next time maybe I got blow is ade veto.
Well,
So
me,
if you are saying be mele bene wa come message ma that you are then again o chene nyebe ndejo oba mere over one gbegbon de la fide jele nkucha be akpora be fide le be that it shouldn't be your concern again. How do you even feel when a student from your school performs? You are happy, you still feel that you are part of the school.
Yeah, that is
no
good.
one gbegbon, how do you feel again?
You see, when you are on the street, you are in public
Let's
domain.
not put it this way. Now,
We'll
then feel, but
criticize
what
you
the
for any
chancellor
wrongdoing.
said,
When you
it's a
do-
non-starter.
Enyaki Brown, ne usbe ele public domain ya wandela. We'll criticize you. We'll talk about it. Nenye nyue mi akafue ne wavwe mi adble mi adunkpewe. Enyaki mi. Oh,
Obia be mi emeji emovie.
enyakwe
Obe
kimi
school ka
ya.
ode. Obia na mo petere.
Oh,
Na
yes.
nye mejibe na fodi.
Over
He
school,
ike
eh.
mi now. Ne mi le mi now he jila o he school fees. Mo bete check po certificate e ho njo mi amiro le o. Obe dodo po we chonu me nyo ta obe
yes.
po certificate e
Yes,
ho.
eh,
Ta mi
chele
ame
me,
ko
eh.
he ha dodo po certificate ho a. Kemi mi aba ko certificate e ko da. Akova de aglanje hade me akova no numa jegaji wewo kemi no be me ofe suku ka odo lo bo yo we do ncholo kemi I knew a parent wa be make example e fi pon be school de computer system ke yo na me le school nko yo gbo o chovie na senior high school de yo se po bo be suku vie de ka ba fi gbon a ebe gbon nyama o fi o tare suku anu ta ifi ma de suku mo ta ekpola ide te fe bubu menye gbe he placement system e ha mo o bubo le school channel view over zuga hair and all of that o be wo be isebe suku vide le suku oba fi amero gbon
Bon.
imejibe ifi ne de suku ke he nkode le be suku vi fi gbon ta ebe ifi ma ire suku a ogbo kweko ire suku bubu so a lot happens that prevents amero even not to go to a certain church, not to go to some communities again because unjojo de wo sele wo munta.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so we have some other headlines I will share with you. But remember again, be ne here fike at the wo passport pictures ole. Aloa or photo shoot. And here ne camera equipment so alwe dia me you our live streaming. Middle Christmas be you Christmas convention so kule carols night o kule nuzi ole ji igbeyon eji be do ko pete ne po yo fe sole me yo fe suku fe nu wo la ayamekwa na be Sunlight Studios toji agedo wa wo edoma now awe now memie ole agbasia pe Fit Pharmacy last floor jipo water meda akpo le fimie ayo le 0598 883 748 0598 883 748 kpakple MGM Estate fike agedo ye akpo wo elna vovovo afle o na delivery che o vo ho chujura gbo wa sere memre dagbo ho je nkume Mirage yo le 0554 519785 0554 519785.
Jalen, take you
It's the
to.
Global Morning Show. Wake up to an exciting morning.
Okay, let's go to Daily Guide. World AIDS Day. Yesterday was the World AIDS Day. Call to end stigma and HIV. Dr. Vanessa Appiah is saying this. So, uh, Dr. Vanessa Appiah, December 1st, it's actually 1st, mark World AIDS Day, an annual global event dedicated to raising awareness about HIV/AIDS and uh, commemorating those affected by the disease. So it goes on. Today network is failing me. The team, the 2024 team takes the right path. My health, my right. Emphasize the importance of safeguarding health right and ensuring equitable access to HIV prevention, treatment, and care. Ghana, like many countries worldwide, continues to grapple with the HIV epidemic. Despite significant progress in recent years, new infection remain a concern. According to the Ghana AIDS Commission, an estimated 3 350,000 people are living with HIV in the country. So in Ghana here, 350,000 people are living with the infection, but they are among us. And whilst advancement in antiviral therapy act and innovative prevention methods like PRE, PREEP, and PEP have significantly improved outcome, challenges persist. So that is the situation. So at the end, they are just encouraging everybody to live a healthy life and stay safe. That is to the guy, everybody. That's the message from Dr. Vanessa Pia.
All right, so the understanding is we have a lot of people walking around that don't even know their HIV status, and which is one of the headlines I read on City Newsroom. 35% of Ghanaians living with HIV unaware of their status. So let's get tested. Know your status by testing at our health facilities. Miele no foam, no fa fear vovo, nyaboglo vovo le gym, but this very one, egale mia doma kokoko HIV, egale, ake do kwa be, mi va de wunde vie, ta mi afe wunde die ne wa asede afi, ne yede o fe takofe, ame yo le kpokakele wale fe kpa na mi, eyi de mi afe da o fe o, fi yo ko mi eza lan wole, o koko wa mi afe ndowe kwa, ne mi a alen kude wo fe do wo ndo le wo sterilizer so le be no do fe ma o lia alo white elephant o ko nye do ko le fuma ko yo cho occupy space alo le do wom e mi an to le mi ado ki o me fa po me de le mi a awo a te dale lanu azaza akwe darai amreche agaza vivien to ne be odivu ekola mede odivu alo to ekola doki odivu mi domia doki okpo elevevie my jawline here OSP investigators questioning witnesses over Lydia Al Hassan's food distribution at polling station. And we have again, Speaker recalls Parliament to sit on December 16. Confucius rocks Sayawasu West Wagon as MP shares food for special voters in a queue. And special voting NDC's raises concerns over ballot photography in Ayawaso. It's so sad that yesterday these people were referred to as intellectual people. So they expect that we are not going to hear what we heard yesterday during open voting. No. Okay, unfortunately, you're just humans as any other person. Awukodo.
You are too liberal.
They are just humans as any other person. Awukodo. Eyata owaja be de mi ko bubu tohere koko na oga kegbere. Tocho pe nu owo lo ko vaje ba wo me ko lo me se yon to pe do o ma be senyala o eneo. Tigbe nya me va kpo ekemi.
Do ala we.
O fian we ta onya vire le un. Vire ko onya le un o ko benye yo benye senyala as in lawyers or even the lawyers sometimes you know interpretations differs from one to the other. They were able to do such things. Oja agba he won the name no more yike mejebe newa wo meje mi abedu call meje wo sha abedo fe no. And would they go now arresting civilians so nenyebe yo cho manage to sneak their phones into the booth at the photo I covered that social media. What would you gain? How much have you been paid? Look at Pochume. Your vote is your secret and your power. Wherever you are voting for me, I don't want to know. At the end of the day, when the all count ballot whatever, I'm say manya o level.
And what is and you may not go already. Fiki mi vado fifieri. Te pere mi vado. And egbe mi gbe he politician here hogala medesi be coina wagere dome. Ojara dona well over you already dome. At the end of the day, you add the figures that we have employed so amount of people. And I'm making me to who hogala see who follow their service. They want to show their loyalty. They want to tell their paymaster that Namde.
Are you speaking to fat or you're just
but it's not true.
How true is it?
Oh, come on. Jijo, okay, Magbrana Enye. I want to enroll my nephew. Qualify, fine. Over my 150,000. We have no where the immigration service. Neganela sneery, Nele Meda. So in all this, I'm working me, and one of the I'm here. They can hear the photo. We heard that he has always been acting on the line of a particular party, that he wants to show his loyalty. But yes, I voted for him. And all this, and no just many community.
Attached again that because you have
that is not the point. At that point, I'm making a foundation. But
you were making a categorical
so
is
it true that I vote the photo? Yeah. Meanwhile, this education has been going down not today, but it's a crime. But never the booth me, never the photo. It's a crime. Menu. So I don't expect a security service. I made a here told Fimi December 7. I know I made a check. You may get the photo. So what signal is this sending to us?
So can we term it as lawlessness among?
That is it. Let me say yes.
Can we refer to what some of your colleagues have done as lawlessness among them? We know it's not all of you, but a few. A handful who did that. Can you permit us to term it as lawlessness? But if it's any other word you want us to use, maybe you just take our own away and then replace it with yours, okay? So that
menu crowd is something we must condemn. They should have known better. They should have known better. In the video, I saw a colleague, my classmate in the video. So may you efo nyaka brother mama lady avale ebo oh ivale fe gbedone and edo na ifine and yambe okay nuka okona we ebe cook bele biscuit bele chi yambe envelope me kpara be ah
Envelope, and any ano envelope, my for economy of it.
oh the politicians are capable of doing anything. Make more matches go help
I
body.
was here yesterday when the updates were coming earlier from one of the pages that NPP Tovale Ndudunam EC
Fish.
officials were. But
Meanwhile, that is not
unfortunately,
the
what happened
practice.
was the video did not show as the Ahasa's own, Honorable Ahasa's own, where she was doing the distribution. But this one, the items were already on the table of the officials before the video was sent, just with the inscription without us seeing any exchange of hands, any hand taking, any hand giving, the face that was giving the thing and who was, we didn't see anything. So you realize that that one did not fly as this very one.
And Sanerugu, MPP secretary, vano atigome, then you vote for whichever ho envelope way. So in the video, you saw a fire service lady in a uniform, actually vahoto. Who never vote for Kuya
Fire service, yeah, but me mega when now if you all a jochi. Oh, be your jochi chiek bok all the time. Obele enyame se tutu.
And one disturbing one is where Amede immigration officer got to the station, a police station wants to vote, and only to realize that Amedeva's vote didn't come. So what is the term robust when it has been using? Where is that word? You have a robust system that you just LFF feel like it is possible, Bella. Somebody is burying identity.
Hey, you are not my twin.
Oh. They were it is possible, so you can just get to the station that day. Walk below out. I'm a foot now.
How is that?
That way, I quite a feminine like Boreme.
The Novinia me have a camera.
So what happened in 2020? We had Richard Ahegba's name has been written with pen. Will come back again. I got a church, okay? We'll now verify you manually, and you have to go and vote. Meanwhile, they have gone through this process over and over again. You see front and back with their parties. Kakaka obo okay, if you register, okay. So this is a semi test let me say pilot project for EC again. The first one was assembly election. I'm open call normal. And I heard there is another station. I'm also register. Open comment and register more.
Yeah.
And look at what that we shouldn't get here.
I'm open comment and register more. So
we shouldn't get here. No.
Maybe they should go back to their former places and see if their names are.
But there's Johode, vote for special election. So how would they go back and vote? Yeah. So December 7, it
the
is.
The thing is, I would wish to ask them if they actually, checked earlier to find out if their names were in the register before getting to the polls and realizing that their name is not in the register.
Yeah, that's another question anyway, which maybe if we should get them, we should ask them. Maybe okay, see, it is possible the 7th December some of these things will be resurfacing. Will surface a lot.
But I wish it doesn't. That's my wish. It's only a wish that it doesn't. But let's see.
Yeah.
Ghana elections 2024. OSP warns against vote falsification and corrupt practices. So let's see if these corrupt practices have been mentioned here. The Office of the Special Prosecutor has reminded election officials tasked with vote counting at polling stations and collation centers that if it was a serious offense to intentionally falsify vote counts or submit false returns of votes. In a statement, the Special Prosecutor Kisi Ejaben reaffirmed the commitment to safeguard the integrity of the 2024 elections. He advised those involved in the transmission and publication of election results to strictly abide by the law. The OSP said he will utilize his anti-corruption mandate to prevent, control, and combat corruption, fraud, and any unfair practices during the elections. Ta yenye Emma, if you have election, mmele me yuko. OSP chepa jamenko, ole mia yome. Didi ba me yopete a wanu togbo. Ebe un say ke yipe office henna year. Ajabwa babe yeko ekpo nenem no gbobe mi afe 2024 election ya enwu akọ abe Jean mene.
You don't you think OSP is just making noise?
No, I don't think.
OSP, figure out travel and noise. We should stop this seriously.
And do what?
Well, I'm only demonstrating emoji. Quickly, only way the next day they prosecute them to court. OSP has been investigating this like that part for some time now. And up to now, there are so many corruption issues on his decks. Messenger, and why is he making noise about this? And this sharing of food, he has a why? Who forced him to come and say something?
What did he say on the food sharing?
He said he's going to investigate, and he has open investigation into the food sharing issue.
And what were you expecting him to do?
No, he should have just stayed in his office because so far, he only come and blow hot air and disappear.
Look, if you have a portrait because some of them make more low.
You don't know what do. When you are in office, your effectiveness should be represented, should appear. But so far,
documents and he has refused to commence or establish investigation into the documents.
No, the issue is the end result. What is the end result?
Okay.
The end result.
End result or menu.
But issues that are glaring everywhere.
Which is he came out with a detailed report on the government official one Airbus scandal Nyamopete.
Oh,
those ones there he was some way somehow praised.
No, you see, that is not what we want at that time. The pressing issues where our sanitation issues, the money is lying down in somebody's room. Charles Bisu has been indicted in a video. Philly Gadochi Olegaho. Where is Charles Bisu? Mele contestant as parliamentary candidate. There are so many issues there.
Was he not invited? Was he not questioned?
Is that all?
What was the outcome?
So that's the end result of the investigation. Is he just coming to just make noise so that we feel that he's also is in existence, or he's still occupying that office? Is that all? That's the issue I'm trying to raise here. They should stop making noise. They should just do to what they do to those who are demonstrating against the Galamsey. Like Unya level biological straight to court. They should. The police is there. They should take action. And so we don't need him because he has not been producing a result.
Investigators from the Office of the Special Prosecutor have begun questioning journalists and other individuals who witnessed the MP for Ayawaso West Wagon, Lydia Alhassan's food distribution. The incumbent MP was spotted distributing packs of food to voters lined up to cast their ballots at the Legon police station. Some officials of the Electoral Commission and security personnel supervising the process also received the food package. Echo to one blind winam the election officials were.
Yes.
Of the EC. Your touch ya terenye GVA. The incident agitated the opposition and the C's parliamentary candidate for the constituency, actor John Dumelo, and executives of the party as Lydia Hassan led the sharing. Fresh details reveal that personnel from the Office of the Special Prosecutor visited the scene after reports of the incident went viral. They collected the contact information of key witnesses, including journalists, as part of what they describe as an investigation into the matter. Diema, and when she was questioned, she's just there saying, I have this temperament. I'm like, what has temperament got to do with what?
So in Nyevenya, we have seen video, we saw her with the ever group, Ole Nuoma. So what is the questioning about?
So why the
We had John
why
Dumelo,
these
who has made
officials are still at post? When what happened in Jisu, you say these are your temporal staffs, and then some envelopes were being dropped on their tables, and you try to take these people back, withdraw them investigations, and mega vale nyare
I guess so. And
le
you
yo
have
fa
already
pa
finished.
minya bo temporal staff we oda slewedo ke che he ga do le fear because me gbole na oba ibe. There was an earlier video which shows that election officials where NPP toba and do manao, but that this particular earlier video me spot amedeke le ndudu okomna ma wole hohom doko de ndudu he no kpolonji le rubber meta menya che tututu no rubber me ndi me echowole be yawo ya video ava me kpo gake mi ga kpo video abo me to mi kpo betela ne ke me just go unlike this one where we can see whoever was giving out the food. So OSP Frank Abos says the end result.
Yes.
That's what he wants to see.
For all these years he has been appointed. Mekponde Kechugbo Ado. Mekponde Keo. That's why we are still doing what all this is. No,
cases are on his table.
No, take action.
I'm sure by now crowd of 500.
Over 500, maybe 1,000.
So wole meku. No, ya kponu yoji ole kwa. Wa ha ma no akọ yire vonu. E yo hia be wa yire vonu kwa wa yire vonu.
Mia Ghana.
All right. Let's take a breather here. Mia hodo chocho kwe vire. Atrogbo avayi ejiga ke mia deje si bena. Eminyanye dumevio Ghana. Du kometo do dasi le miasi. Do lisia deje si. Jagwagbabe nya do dasi ke du lisia nae. Eye nena awodeji. Nambe woche wonko na yi agbanle gan la mebe le wotaji le mi afege yiji de mia akpo ngogbe yiye labe ewatatia yinko yinja ikemefo eba dekel.
It's the Global Morning Show. Wake up to an exciting morning.
Yeah.
Did you
And we continuing with where we stopped. This is the Global Morning Show. We are still streaming live on Facebook, Global 105.1. This morning, we've been joined on phone lines by Dr. Richard Kumado. He is a fraud and a security expert. And he's on the phone lines for us to get some insights from yesterday's happening at Yawaso, West Ogun, where we had the incumbent MP herself involved in the distribution of food at a police station to personnel in the queue. Good morning, Doc. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
I'm well, too. All right, so thank you for joining us on the show this morning. And just as always.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, so please let us understand the happenings at Ayawaso West Wagon, what Hassan was engaging if it is against the laws of the country.
Yeah, that is fraud. And I think the police must call her to order. The Electoral Commission herself must call her to order. That is vote buying. And vote buying is not part of the things we do in our election. She's noted for doing some of these funny things. And I think Electoral Commission and Papa Police must take note and call her to order. You don't know what she will do on the main election day. To the extent that some of these things could lead to agitations and counter-agitations and many of those things. If we are not careful, it may trigger into something that may have an overflowing effect into the public space. So as quickly as possible, I believe they can talk it over and have a reasonable stand as to what people must be reminded of doing in elections and not to do.
All right, so is it okay for the OSP to set in at this time, or you'd want
the OSP, is he alive or he's on vacation?
He has issued a presser yesterday talking about electoral fraud. He going to use his powers as the special prosecutor to control any election-related corruption at the December 7 election. So he is alive and he has issued a presser.
Oh no, then that would be lovely. But I think the police have the capacity to prosecute many of these election and crime-related activities. You do not need a peace council. The peace council pact cannot resolve some of these things. So you are wasting time when you needed to be empowering the office of the special prosecutor to have more investigators in the field to be able to do some of these things and gather the intelligence and the evidence against the perpetrators and run them to the court. And you play that the court will not sit forever, but they will form other small courts there with the requisite capacity to deal with these issues as quickly as possible. The more you let them linger on, the more you are creating the premises for others to get involved, and it could be milky or dirty.
Okay, so what will this mean to the ordinary Ghanaians if at the end of the day we've not heard anything from the Ghana Police Service, whom you say they have the capacity to handle
it has been part of our nature as black people. You want to sign peace pact when you know that it has no legal basis and you know it cannot be enforced at the court of law. It's a cohesive mission and it's a fraudulent attempt to shade people from being held accountable and responsible for some things they will do around elections and election-related activities. So, irresponsibility on the part of the black person, some black people in Africa, it is what we are seeing. Because the tensions are a little bit too high because of what happened in 2020 where people were shot dead and they've not been investigated, nobody has been arrested and prosecuted. Then you say you went signing peace pact. When the mothers and fathers of these boys have not had closure to what happened to their sons. If these things are not investigated, then what we say is that lack of investigations or non-punishable of offenses will always rationalize bad behavior and promote antisocial tendencies in society. And you are triggering it and you are piling it up. Tomorrow, it may be a little bit too late for you to deal with it because people are going to defend themselves and people are going to ensure that the right thing is done and people are going to say enough is enough and they were going to protect themselves because they think the Ghana Police Service is not up to the task.
Okay. So, what are some of the other activities that we can term as electoral fraud, vote buying, and vote selling?
Yes, sharing money. Traveled to about 6 to 8 regions yesterday alone. Vote vote buying involves sharing money at the police station. We saw politicians doing that. In some of their pockets, you have 200 cedis. In some other places, you have 50 cedis. In the back pockets, they have about 5 cedi notes. Depending on your face and the caliber of person you are, then which one comes into your hand. Adding food sharing to it, that is vote buying.
Okay.
And that you are influencing the people who are going to vote in order to sway political advantage. And that is vote buying. And I don't think we should allow it in our politics. Other than that, the troubles we have already are many. And if we allow this one, curbing it or stopping it in the future is going to be a Herculean attack.
Okay. So some people say yesterday was the special voting and they were not expecting the security personnel or people whom, were caught on camera receiving this item because they believe that these are law enforcers and they must kick against this. But they were seen receiving these items.
Yeah, it's fraud. They are fraudulent themselves. They have no conscience. They have no integrity. And they don't know why they wear the uniform. And they don't know why they call them professionals in that regard. Because to be called a professional is both conduct and action. And their actions yesterday shows that they've never been professionals and they were not professionals in the first place. I was at places where I saw security officers, police in particular, rejecting food and food-related items from politicians or political surrogates. And I was glad seeing that. So hearing some of these ones and seeing it happen at some other places is disdainful and it is regrettable. But this is where we are, and this is what we have become as a people and as a nation. One of the things that happened yesterday, critical, is a sitting position problem, where they put a police agent. They cannot see the guy doing the verification, and they cannot also see the guy clearing the ballot boxes or issuing ballot boxes to people to go and vote. We are not surprised today. We are hearing that some people get there and they have been impersonated. They can't find their names, and they were told some other people have come to vote in their names, or they could lead to issues of overvoting. It is one of the critical things we picked in the field yesterday. And we are using your medium to educate the people in the voter region and many people who hear your show that these things can happen. And when it comes to monitoring and observation, once your city position is wrong, it creates a disadvantage for you. And it defeats the purpose for which you have been sent there. The political parties will need to watch it, and they need to quickly have a discussion with the Electoral Commission where they put those young men and women. They were not just far from the action, but they cannot see anything, even if they are closer to the action. Their positioning was wrong, their sitting arrangement was wrong, and the observatory activity was totally wrong. It is dead. They can't see anything.
Okay. So we saw this one. People also taking photographs of their ballot papers showing whom they voted for. How do we deal with this going forward? So we don't see these things happening on
I think there has to be a standard rule. I don't know. I seriously don't know where it's going to come from, whether from Electoral Commission as a rule or from police as a rule. And now that you say the special prosecutor is back on holiday, maybe it may come from him as a rule that, over exuberance or overexcited, or, you want to prove loyalty or you want to despise some people, or you want to strike a deal or something like that sort. But some of these ones are new to our democracy and our voting parties. And it might be happening somewhere and there are no issues with it. I think there has to be a discussion and something would need to be crafted and showed in that regard. Other than that, people may say they have their will, they have their rights, and they have their freedom, and they are not disturbing anybody. They are just telling people who they have voted for. But to the extent that these ballots are secret in nature, I don't know what exactly is going to happen. But I think, seriously, if we consider something can be done about it.
All right, so does it mean currently we don't have any law prohibiting that act?
Nothing comes to mind. Okay. Nothing comes to mind, because I know our voting procedure and patterns are usually secret in nature. But I have no clue. Maybe we need to go to Electoral Commission or call the political parties and find out what their specific laws might be saying about that.
All right. Finally, before I let you go, your general observation of the special voting. I know you've been.
The turnout is about 70 to 80%. That is fine. I am of the view, and I've led this advocacy and this crusade, that on December 7th, there's going to be voter displacement. From what we saw yesterday, we need to look at it again and make sure that even if they are voter displacement, electoral commission will be there to provide leadership. And once that is done, we'll be there. I'm also glad to hear from electoral commission that they will allow the media some space in the coalition centers.
Yes.
And they are also introducing a control measure where they are going to have a control person at the at the coalition centers to do the coalition online, and they will benchmark it against the offline by the election officer at the district. And once that one is compared with the involvement of the electoral commission with their Makula or KJT or hardware calculators, they should be able to come to and everybody is keeping their eyes on the ball.
All right, thank you so much, Doc, for
You
speaking
welcome,
to us
Tijo.
this morning. So you heard from Dr. Richard Kumado. He is a fraud and security expert speaking to us on some developments from yesterday's special voting exercise across the country in 14 regions. Two outstanding regions will have theirs.
There was this guy who used to be one of the officers of the Electoral Commission on Saturday. All right. But when he went to cast his vote yesterday, he was taking pictures.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, EC officer, whether temporal or whatsoever, that is so absurd, and we didn't
Because
expect
they have
it.
been taking through this education, what's to be done and what not to be done, the do's and don'ts, they know.
Exactly. So
They
I
were
was
trained.
so surprised to have heard that yesterday. I've heard of people who went into the area when they were not expected to be there, the impersonation issues, people who were sharing food, and I'm like, no, all of these things, one way or the other.
That's the special voting, and then we're experiencing that.
Yeah. All of these things are shadows that are casting, right? And we must find mechanisms and ways of nipping them in the bud as soon as possible. So, in all, we can only pray and ask that whatever corrective measures that need to be put in place are done before Saturday so that we don't have all of these things happening. But interestingly, also, there was one of the cases that I think also in the northern region also that the voters were ready, and when the officers had set up everything and they realized they didn't have the no, it was in the Ashanti region, they didn't have the voters register. So everybody was ready to vote. People were in their queue, and the register to use wasn't available. So they had to wait for the electoral officer, the returning officer, to go back to Kumasi, because I think they said it was a 2-hour drive. So 2 hours in, 2 hours or 4 hours. So they started their vote, and I said, hey, so what if we get to Saturday and we get to a place and the general public is in queue? Imagine one of those densely populated areas and everybody is giddy giddy. People go to put blocks and all of that and say, this is my position in this queue and all of that. And they say, okay, now let's start, and then the register is not available. Oh my God.
It will be something.
Yeah, so I
It
think the
will be
Electoral
something.
Commission should do some two-step verification of all the things now so that we are sure that Saturday we won't have some of these things happening for people to be disenfranchised. Yeah.
All right. So we're expecting that some of these things do not occur again. December 7. It will be unacceptable for us to say we have forgotten the voters register and we are going to work for it. All right. So we don't want to predict.
Yeah, because imagine maybe whole here they say, oh, it's not even in the constituency, it's not at the EC office, it's not the police summary. They need to go for it in
Agitation
Accra.
from the party, but
Yes.
parties alone
Trust me, it will be
will not allow for us
will
to
be
have
so
a smooth election on that day. So, yeah, Anabe, the various political parties, so the actors must all make sure everything is in place. We do not want to say we've forgotten the ink, the indelible ink, where after voting there wouldn't be any ink for you to dip your finger in. All right, so there's this concern also raised by Dorcas, the sitting position of the polling agents at the police stations. He believes where they have positioned some of them, it will make it difficult for them to observe, make any observation regarding whatever that will be going on at the police station. So this one is going to the political parties. If indeed where your polling agent sat it was unfavorable, you can again tell them to change those positions so that they can monitor from afar the papers being issued when someone is entering the booth and all other things that are ongoing. They can monitor and then make the necessary corrections. All right.
well, so I'm not sure it's a general issue. I'm sure it's issue at
Yeah, so this one is a
some
caution.
sports
Yeah.
and all of that. So it should be an issue that will be raised and then be looked at. It's not a straight. The people are there to observe. They are not to obstruct anything. So the Electoral Commission should also find a way to readjust them. And I think it's a center issue, because if you go to on Saturday, by experience, if you go to a place like the voting center around the municipal education, you will not have anywhere else for the observers to sit than to be with the people. All right, because it's a shed, and aside there, unless a maneuver no gate, and we can dog by that. So I think it's a center issue, and if there is a lot of space, then those things can come. But the Electoral Commission officers present and the political party and the observers present can find their own way of making these things quite easy and nice for themselves.
All right. We are moving on, but before we bring you any other discussion, we'll go for a quick break. That'll be a musical break. When we come back, I'll bring you the next set of conversation. on. Starting this Tuesday, the 10th of December through to Sunday, the 15th. And it is the annual convocation of the Winners family. And this year's prophetic theme is the ever-winning wisdom. Ministering at the glorious event is none other than Bishop David Oyedepo, the apostle of the Winners Chapel International Commission, together with other anointed ministers of the gospel. Morning and evening sessions, and in the morning we'll have specialized teachings and ministrations. Exactly 6 a.m. and the evening sessions, a time of deep worship and impactful word. 6 p.m. This global event will be streamed live and held simultaneously at all Winners Chapel International branches worldwide. If you are in Ho, join us at the main branch located along Ho Dometaokwe Duojava Shilo Yeke Winners Chapel International to Ode Tomepesia pe Aje Gome December pe Nkeke Wolia Ikenye Yawoda Blada Taflache Blada Ikele Miango enye December penkeke ewolia wasede kosira agbe December penkeke wi atonlia okpedu ajapete avava semonya ava eye adogo kple gbogbokokwe asuboma o eye aho amenuveve halwa misisi tohe Akpo Winners Chapel to Ho branch, that's the main one. Le Ho Dome Barracks Mododoaji. Problems after problem. Too many talent, but me who go support. Okay, Nkudodo Jenyebe ne le some of Agmale Tagbanto Kuku Eton. Some of Agmale Banto ta Eton Kuku Black Ever the Kelia. Adeje see if Mongolo Dobe Shilo Menye Pupu Puejo Juroko Nyo. Kebo Henye Toi Keji Amisisi Tohe Diajesi Halo Hedwa Gokpele Vavala Wole Hopa Messiame Jagbade Siande. And Julius Kulia Cooker. Hey, so please can I rewrite the names well so that I can see and I don't commit any blunder. He is with me this morning, and then we're going to have this conversation on his aspiration of becoming an MP for West. All right, so le Ho West no to me me de jesi be NDP dunyaglo ha be ticket ginola na Ho West kokpede dunyaglo ha mamle wonti a mi asi he na jeto he dodo je dodo ya hede megbe vie gake yi poto pe mi a opinion segment wana vena mi kwa mi a aho egbe vereka le no wezo prometo mojito. All right. Lenye bubuludodo wana campaigning.
Antonia, alors égal indiscipline pipito si umi.
Oh, c'est bon ya.
Ake mi khosebe mi avenyagbe. Awo kalena mi.
Okay. All right. Let me call Gako Dada Haji. Ya mebe mi afonu koto enyagbe o yike be yowa wodona mi je mi anya no yiwo nye dodo yiwo NDP dunyaglo ha be ya adeto me nenye be Ho West ko jijeje koko now ne na yire se wata pepe me anno wonu nuka wenye Ho West pe ku he yiwo ne dejesi eye ka wenye wundodo a wo le asio na ku he ma
oh akpe le Ho West la edok ya makpaganto le Ho West nye agbeledede Da ejemi de ngo idokito he ana agblede de adengo. Crop yield. Interpol climate change. Do vovlo miawe agbledo. First season fail, second season fail. Da ejemi mi fianu agblede la onywere. Me sponsor or me support research and high yielding crops. Crops be ekade ami aten kpo nu tso mewu eke kpo mi le tsa. Da amia NDP to ami be mia onya tati de kanye good governance and participatory democracy. Da eje mi kwa mesi amedenwi. Nenu sian ki assembly award eje ne fufu amesi amenu ne semenwire. Me ganye be politics go but development that will inure to the benefit of the people. Da mi ami ba gbeledo eje mi efia ono dasile anyigba ho. Agbelede menya me kene ngolo 1 acre de fiu ba mi nya be block farming. Who is the mi dasile 100 acre and only abutia ne agbeleme. Eje mi now guaranteed price. Free SHS le. Elo wa plan do choju gbeji afia cover me have who school me who have 8 secondary schools. Da na mi plan nwere de edo na anwan agbeledo nye de agro processing packaging benenya kpo ekpo fie no ko afokpa do cho China kra je na ekpo aso ekesono no do nye is packaging enye no da na mi dagbele he packaging nwere he processing nwere la anu attractive nku vuvu store wa hwe da store me egbe fio ya nku vuvu no odie da wa pele da mi ave doji to gbanto enye agbelede do eje mi train agric experts we veterinary experts agona chaho we fio gra me kan veterinary expert de kalio da me geto no nyinyi amegeto no de koko no nyi kokolo elewa adan dodo ka we le elewa za machi we na tilapia agbelo no de kra lo la machi oza because emi la agbala de emi le sekpli dodo nu zo jela agbala ndudu ozu ekunami bigbe mi be kidney nya o le ji izan fi no o le chocho imenya da mi aya agbele so he o le izan le West has a very youthful population da ne eduresia de me efia wa de megbe na mi adasila agbela la then kuhide kemelo ekekwe ga hia ko nya will bring investors to invest in storage.
Okay.
Because ne agbala mi de storage emeli la mi ajira kwete patakpata ima te on jira ro be negbe kegbe ya si o yiji la mi jiro da mi we ta dojin de kami agbele so he when go yi.
Okay. Tarojin de kanye agbele de so he fengo gbe yi. Kele amefe ma kwenye tarojin no alo bubu ha rakpede no.
Oh no, taroji o ya leza koji nya o hia asa now who is koji wa me 20 ele gake categorical mo ole who elulu in terms of anyigba ida butia via fajato kavachito that in terms of geography who is lolo into that da koji de jolo krajela me dene who is that at least ejebe who is they have more polyclinics cut across la butia ingbaji de dela elolo that ejemi invest in health egbe MPP government be yo free dialysis but kokaji le who is our dialysis na mede so never ideji graduate transportation cost na mede tamiaku.
Okay.
So me will bring healthcare to the doorstep of our people. Who else may have pharmacy? We have a lot of chemical shops. Or chemical shop per the license, ma tenjera machido. Dane koji o hele who else krangola machido himelo osiola. Eje nova ho. E achenyefe. Da me will mobilize all these chemical shop sellers. Attach them with a pharmacist or form partnership so that we can have pharmacy shops spread across the West. At least nemi po ameton anyu be amachido ya di magadofu va huwa fe ava flo School nya oche. Evo je le koji nya go me je le akpo doctor amele ho west down. Ele mi awe ape wanyu. Eje mi encourage mi abe school vi ke to ile ho west egbe. Be wa sronu. Be do wa things to doctor anami. At least wa serve le ho west. But in short term la eje mi de kuku ne doctor ke to echo ho west. But at least maybe ne mi nya kekele ke me onye la mi atem bia at least twice in a month like they say that sacrifice time 2 days then I mean bo me attach to the existing hospitals in partnership with Ghana Health Service.
Okay.
Then we can partner with other individuals where we can have some private health facilities. The Messi Bola who West Lemegbechi, who West Hospital, the PFL and can you attend surgery gedeo. That ejami ono na fibu bui. That akpake me me encourage me have school fee ke to echo who West fifie. He will attend you there. Doctor nusronfe, nurse nusronfe with the various specializations. But who West chene pongoi. Le school nya ogumela asa now at least who West secondary school am 8 ele. We have one college of education. But college of education can how well positioned is it in terms of infrastructure? Ekwa fie eje school nenye school be na de features kwa kra we ayire. Enye dadane.
Okay.
Enye we hodesi are kumia no yo school hall. That me transform me have a college of education be atenye major player in our educational goals. That eje mi we na school ke mi aten kwa mo elo le hohola me kan be amejo pe fi mi petela it's a whole economy. School future wa dunu wa high ho.
Yeah.
That let me invest in this institution like Ademiaji. Chito have a adult college or a branch of college of education Legon. Ne me attend where at to school hall for me fine. Wa run broad-based programs. Me have me figure nega ige school called distance education or. Then center le fi me attend when you hey at least imagine be Legon 10 to 2,000 students. The Pokemiji. It means how do there is business. Those who are in transportation, those who are in agric, those who are in health, everybody, I'm a say mark one there. That the existing structures alone is ready for West to move into the fast lane of development. Apart from the basic UHAS, who poly or technical invested alone, and I'm flying bar around to also business. As of the but catalyst is these institutions. Name attend to factory or do school or
okay.
Let's train people. I'm watching our fafi, ocho dubu me hover. I love a coffee however watching our settle. That if you blueprint the way I lay, Ella made well again. Me attend well if we just need the enablers to lead, and I think NDP is ready to facilitate these processes and make it work.
You said Gamele you say a NDC. So how are you going to enable this? Whenever you're not going to use your pocket money for all this development, and again, it's not your party that's going to be the president, and this election come December 7 and then January 7, also a vote in. So how is the collaboration going to be like? Akoko he ngohido yokata kovena ho West.
Yeah, gbara ejewe ameketo hele koda no semebele. For now, statistically, the MPP and NDC have been in power before. That all businessmen will invest in them. That but and are you not tired with these two parties? Do we want change? Are we comfortable with where they have taken us? Party all the time about how we will reduce our national debt. They are just promising and promising and promising. The figure me jihad or 0 to 20 years. Home jihad or all FM. Name my 10 one day cake by Ajrado de Chomo as Sibaquano. At a mila cuckoo then already. Meow businessman they might invest them as a party, but I might a t-shirt to all these incentives that entice voters. Bane voters o wa da se le t-shirt mu aste di nyagbe ola mi ayingo ta mi call point enye mi be efia on no lead development efia sa ne no anfifie ko party o be manifesto so that they can draw their own community manifesto. That's what they will sell to the parties. Nchomi no when no NCC debate maybe ejebe fia ono kan community party manifesto amekebe na eva ya to koji ya okay mi ave fia duode na egbe ho be wa to koji de fide ayingba le mi di market ayingba we na koji de gbo fi wa no e pota no na development e fa graje no so meli and we don't have any plan na school mi be mi to fifie de mi earmark ayingba de na be eduke me na gbe he school de be ava ho bo hia ayingba 4 acres te mi akpona wa so mi ya de mi abenya participatory democracy, and it must be led by the chiefs at the local level. Imate no nu wole dume efiache menya. President Vanu Commission fe kwaje fia menya or project no, we want them to be involved. Tana mi afete mi fwasi don he wola ngo yava. Ta mi anya wenya efia no kpere mi so he ha bobo. Omega no bobo yo mekoti yo. Egbeke campaign platform odo yavazu National Theatre, me le concert go, but the email a message or me juro, kala party kala so oh my God blame you. And yatia hele meli. Nenye nyane mesibol kwa avano ave esono de ide se arona Bible nyonwo. Bene kuhire le menejuro Bible le me ka na kuhire le fino ye.
Akpogodo.
Da sigbenye mi abe party manifesto. Eja mi onu play them menye we mi a hoji mi ele ko mi da ko. Kake ele ngoya no tanyime ya fisi afima mami obia na party de vade menye be kokowe na kponde ka individual mi adekpo asia mi adekpo kojia mi adekpo school kwa chi okpo fifie ta ke le wuli dola oyo me mi adere ekpo mo ne mi konketo he call do party okpo la mi ayingo ta mi amba me se na pasi de mi on ameketo party efe ke benya etimi amabu che never we we want to lead Ghana by consensus, not by arrogance or impositions. Everybody must be involved. How best can we do it? When to ne le rabara si edere mojide na nyawe egaya assembly boss as agba kollo that when to check whether sees the Ghana dey ball agome. Na me say me wo bendo fela. Me hia be party. That time mi hwesebe parliament eje mi dilute. Ime Ghana NDC plain people no majority but nenye majority based on coalition.
Okay.
Habobo we kpebe o nemi kpere nwo he wo dokere mi aten pongo yiva mi ade menye be party ke ebe mi aje mi an be biko efo e ba wa be party efekela o ya credit ko di ole whether it's good for the Ghanaian or no mi awe ko efo ta mi nan ke mi tonu necho.
Okay. Mina nuke mito no necho so help me ga no bobo yo mekoti o na mia aje enya ofe yo menya yo atumido habe so hel nya ya atumi afe no to medo ame ife gbese miele mi afe polo home ndi nya benke ko ame ene kwepoto na akodada yin afeto Julius Jonathan Cooker na me le ho west no to amele NDP dunya glo ha fe agbale vg hele ho vlim le fe ya fe akodada mebe mia anaye mono popo vivieto ho west so he oklo no to meto sia ya anomia tepele se wota kpefe ame ahe ngoido vename nu yo onye ku he yo dejesi ple ale ya sitotro wa va dodo awo kla lododo wa va ne nto pechichia Predewoji enye ya wole atitom ejinami amerekule ticket aji alo ballot paper aji ya do fe nenelia ele
nyanya me o west ya mi ameton enye le titina
wole titina
ne asafofia amevie enye levu
wole enye le
enye levu
oh okay ta eyike ne le chadim do ama ogbo ntokpo benkeke ne ko esuso leke ayame kole leke nya kola ma ogbo do me
o enya ele mi o ya gbodo ta me khwe se be miache miawo miato dokonyi ma tengbo na we miaduji lo alo maduji go food politics ya didri le meza atengbo be ya aduji na kodala do we your vote is your secret ga keme dogbe da be ele mia be nya do ami ogbo ele mi to asi o be ha hia oji ho ocho o sefefe ele amefeketo ho lo ble va da sine fifiela to trava agwa ho wes ya choje go fete ya for now NDC ko ehwe ta ma de kuku ne MPP to ba o ma duji le ho wes o ka ke no pasi de onye mi aten do NDC ji after all mi afete ho wes mi cho me NDC to ko echo ho wes o ta NDC to nto je ognya be yo be nu no la me wo ntefo ta o chewa ewo do ya me sia ma wo de do ya mere ke me fa be ya ma wo ndeko ga ke mi gale too loyal to party color ekpo enya be na ma tenduji okra je de let me narrow the winning margin ekpo winning margin na me too much confidence I cannot imagine when me election am me duji by just 100 votes then the person will sit and work well.
Okay.
Let me narrow the winning margin between the winner. Then I'm 100 votes ya ko iko duji fe kemeje ya no enye go ami o okpobe ibe do na la mele amado unje o.
Okay.
Kemi anyo anya politics is about bringing development. That the winner can even implement my ideas. That's all. Okay. Menye be nye kokoko maduji ma implement idea. Ba na winner nyawe alternative de la mi ozi. Na nyime bubro fi menwere wo ekwa fodan he henu nwe va po wa kwela sinyela. Cha wodo. Amesi ama akpojijo. After the election, what do we stand for who West? It doesn't matter who is there. The development is what we want. No hechi chukpebe alobame wa ide chito aloba ijolore o man bo le NDC meta we anu o man bo we ne o wo mo nwere he ba yere o me hotiki la me ro si o me ho la me ro si o mi afete a benefit me da ya nya mi amero ya beta doji no enu nwe ne fa pe efo.
All right, nya mi afeta doji no enu nwe ne wava afebe ho west ne wa a stand tall no le nu to me yo akoda nto me yo a no yo ho west ne wa ato bobobo. Okay, babia ya no asinye fun be mabia kake yi ndoe me wona gasie ke korebe wona bubu ne waga ayi jeso da popo video kwa ne gasie ke ne wa afo tama aho wonya mamle le enuo na akodalao le ho west nutuame
No bi ho west mele mi agbo fa gbogbo ke mi anto mi nyam mi nyale me chole mi avenya ome ta ma bia we ka koda we gogo mi la nuke ko hia nya la me sen plagbe mi na mi da kole nti fafa me no vi o ko mi nye nkuvuvu fia chacha ke ma ko mama fa mi amo mi ano vi ke to ya kuvu mi abagbo hia mi ano agba fi adako mi ano vi ke to adomoto mi ano agba fi adako ta me ga wa no acha de ple jijo popo are gbegbe bere mi ababu mi abagbe e mi abu mi abako dadajo ta mi na mi no 95 me ne mi to ho west ne nyem babia na duko bubu akpe na mi
akpe kaka be egere mi aji ndia heko wonya kpuere ko dare nu to metogbo mi da pe de mi afe etedodo ta haye mi bia akodada fe nujeji now haye ne troina ha emoji ne wa afa nwento mi aga ase wonu megbe viento video ko ga ma jijo akodada that's campaigning fe agbo enu atote mi aida ko da fe nu yo kata hanya nye mecho no kwa mi ase wonu megbe akpe ebegere mi aji
akpe.
Yes, that's my son, and indeed he's taken to
seated, and then I'll take the detail of our stories. Then we set the conversation uh, rolling. So this Christmas, we are giving you the best at Victor Electronics. Best deals ever in history is the double wonder Xmas promo from 1st of December to the 31st of December. Visit Victor Electronics. It's at that time to buy one item and get two for free at Victor Electronics. At Victor Electronics, get double free items from when you buy any chest freezer, double door refrigerator, washing machine, or air conditioner at any of the Victor Electronics showrooms in this festive season. When you buy the 100-liter chest freezers at 2,699 Ghana cedis, it comes with free kettle and fridge guard. Double door refrigerator, 2,599 Ghana cedis, free baby mat and guard. Washing machine, free iron and detergent. Air conditioner, free wall mount and gas stove. 32 inches LED TV, 1,250. Gas cooker with oven, 1,899, comes with free kettle. Tabletop refrigerator, 1,699, free kettle. Sewing machine, 980, free baby mat. Then a blender, 199. Electronic, that is the electric iron, 99. ITEL A062, that is 920. Keypad phones, 99 Ghana cedis. Free sound bars on all televisions from 43 inches and above, and free mobile phones on all Samsung refrigerators. Free blender on all refrigerators above 200 liters. This is happening only at Victor Electronics. Visit our showrooms, RTC near GCB, Market Top, Hobankwe near NIB, MTN, also near Star Life Insurance. Call 0242 959 795. Victor Electronics, your electronic superstore. Good morning, gentlemen. Prescott was here earlier. McWilliams.
Yeah, good morning, Chicho. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, can you please speak a bit louder?
Good morning, Chicho. I hope you're doing well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prescott, are you greeting us again?
Oh no, I think I'll just say good morning to Billions. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Does he ask of you?
I do.
Or only when you meet
Indirectly,
him
I do because
indirectly.
you know.
I am asking him, not you, sir.
Okay, all right.
Indirectly, but I think I would understand where he has gotten to. He's very much occupied. I've been following activities that he's doing. I think by and large, his mantra is the work is on the field. So I understand he's on the field. Just that. You let me end it there.
Okay, so they just that you don't want him to say they just that. Anyway, Honorable McBillions.
All right, Chicho. What can we say? By the grace of God, I'm Hal, or probably I'm gay, and then we are trusting and hoping, just as the security services or our special voters, made a loud noise yesterday by endorsing the candidature of John Dramani Mahama, Edem Kofi Potosu, and our various species dotted all over, or various members of parliament dotted all over the nation, Ghana. We are hoping that by December 7th, the waters will settle and indeed victory will be that of the NDC and will come rescue the nation, reset Ghana on the right path, and things will move in the right course. So we are hopeful, still working.
So would you say yesterday's special voting is a sign that we're going to have a relatively peaceful, sin-free, no trouble election December 7?
No,
because we understand the machines did not give any problem to any of.
If I want to use that as a yardstick, I feel and think that I may be drawing a hasty conclusion, which will not be good. When you do prima facie judgments, it doesn't help eventually, because the sort of election we had yesterday, and even the catchy name given to it, that special voters. So it tells you the category of individuals coming to vote. You don't expect a commander of a unit to come there and then there will be chaos and all that before he comes to vote. People are disciplined, people are well informed, and people are privy to what they want to do there. Unlike
Across the country, was that the case?
yeah, not really. Some places do have their own issues that they have to settle with, but
Here.
I want to focus on whole central.
Okay.
You know, but even with those issues, they are not issues that I would say were, chaotic. Issues of vote buying, inducement, and all that were the ones we saw or heard of. But for chaos and mayhem, I haven't heard of any yet, and I don't know if there's any in the publications this morning.
No.
So we cannot use those ones as a yardstick, like I stated earlier, because of the name attached to and because of the individuals
If there were to
that
be
come.
any mayhem, chaos, would that be a yardstick?
No, even if there were some mayhems yesterday, we cannot use it as a yardstick because it will be like we are trying to draw conclusions so early. But I cannot use that one and say that the EC will not bring on board untoward staffs going into the general elections. No, if we do that, it will not be fair to ourselves. Let us wait. Let us call the shots when we get to the D-Day. Then we know what will happen on the grounds, because the grounds will tell that indeed the EC is effective or ineffective. But we can tell from the various benchmark analysis that indeed EC has not been ineffective. They have not been proactive. Even as we speak now, you realize that Eastern region and some other regions were not able to have their special votes casted yesterday because of the lapses on the side of the EC. So we feel and think no matter what they do, victory will be that of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, and our various MPs. So regardless of their shenanigans and gimmicks, we will sail through safely.
All right, Priscus, I know you have had your earlier bite on this, right?
Yes. I was struggling to understand the point of my brother Billions, and I stand to be corrected. I feel whatever happened yesterday, yesterday even in the morning, and I'll reference Bright Nyachiko, Honorable's statement again, because I think it's the same thing Billions said, that the category of people who went into the special voting yesterday, per their profession and their field, we can expect them to be people who conduct themselves in a certain manner. At least that translated into us not seeing any, fisticuffs, any, people exchanging blows and fights, quarrels, and all. But then I am worried at what we saw at some point yesterday. And I don't know how that would pan out if it happens on Saturday. I am worried because you see, let's start from the Ma Lydia issue. If
that is even our first story for discussion, let me bring the details so that we all have.
No, but can you allow him clarify respectfully, because he said
so to say we can't use it as a yardstick, I feel it should be a yardstick rather, because in the Ma Lydia's case, let's imagine what would have happened if it was Saturday and one political party is sharing items in the queue and the other wants to prevent them.
No, then I guess my very good friend and brother wants to take a test out of context, because I'm saying there were no troubles on the ground yesterday because of the kind of people or category of people that went into the elections. But with the inducement, so you realize that I drew a distinction between the vote buying, the inducement, and then separated the category of people that went into the elections.
So just maybe we can go into the details so that perhaps we...
The Office of the Special Prosecutor has launched an investigation into the alleged food sharing incident in the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency. This was confirmed by Samuel Akom by OSP officials at the Legon Police Station, one of the special voting centers. Tensions escalated in the constituency when the incumbent member of parliament and the New Patriotic Party candidate, Lydia Al-Hassan, was seen distributing food packs to voters participating in the special voting exercise. With the help of her team, Lydia Al Hassan handed out food to voters waiting in queues at the center. John Dumelo, the National Democratic Congress parliamentary candidate for Ayawaso West Wagon, condemned the act, calling it illegal and a violation of the Electoral Commission's rules. He expressed strong disapproval, stating that such actions undermine the fairness of the process. Dumelo further remarked that he could also engage in similar actions on a larger scale if he chose to do so. All right, so that is the story and what the OSP is about to do and what has happened. Honorable Mark Williams.
All right, Jijob, because of my target listeners or targeted listeners, I would like to use the local balance because we are in trying times.
Just go ahead, please.
All right. No, but I would have to
Just
crave
go
your
ahead,
indulgence
don't-
because I know your principle and philosophy in the studios
Don't
here.
mind.
So, all right.
It's not strictly
all right.
English.
So, ma azamonu popo ma do agbendi tohene mi afeto do la opete. Nyinto nyipe aflaga chola le hotiti na metianu tuome. Honorable Edem Richmond Anani Kofi Kotosu mi ape aflaga chola le Ghana Godo. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Mi ape todo la opete NDC to opete la gbagba de sia de je in their own small corner be you are bright in the corner where they are towards mi ape victory come December 7th me dof enye be kukuno e mesaloto opete no ikejo echo le ayawaso me kpobe menye nu le be ne mi hodeme abe dukone no elebe mi apete mi atanto a condemn vehemently and me are not assertive when it comes to enyakitobeku enyebe nenyebe eleflime yede akodape dia meneva le nane koda siwele akoda flime la nokola be influence alo amie edibe ni azide gbogbo weji ni aflu susu be efima ho le la numa he kona otala ne nava ada akone ele very difficult be me atan distinguish between a gift and a bribe. But at that moment, because of process, he came to Amiolela. My tankwe agbolona okotembe ekila mega nye gift benyayo. But ekila in other jurisdiction, la mi atankwe be enye bribe kemi hi olamio bribe. Please be ne iwa numala ne no inova da kone. Zigere me blona be ne okozi nawe en enyabe I feel abysmally. Ibe performance la menyola ya kwa vano ayemonu odi. Adibe ni ako nuzido cover to me na monoga buboda kone but nenya be you were so good on the job, you were on top of issues la me here be nava induce amedeke nava no ga kona melo na nonu de kona mele flime and mesepo since he mele political trend follow kaka hafi vagede politics mela mesepo boba mele flime yeda kodape ya akoda do ala ocho bubron fimi namo be no no koda mo si la koda flime la ewa nukuna mblibo en nokofia konteme ya okehele process alo no mieji pole fimala ya on tokrachela obasila ele naneme alo obasile apeno be numeta o maten aponu a correct be no meke mi no le melete po nu nwe to ko le be ne wawa amerike me chitro be priscos va koda pe ya oda kovojo ye ya metu ya meko enyanu iko yo be hianfo mota ya enyaliha ya metu priscos ya meko aliha kodesi eseme chitre de but esigba mo de ko hianfo mota local mota so ya meko kode novie priscos la female magatan globe vote buying low inducement alo influence deko because ever the best susuvo joye have female nane kone and that time we can consider that one as a gift because mele process influence but no ike jochola I feel be mi abe democracy MPP to di bene yo kweko blibade ekemene value no you see
maybe
ne fikita maybe I'm ever that cover awo menyebe were
victory party
yes menyebe menyebe da kore jinye
jiolo victory party Is it before the election or after the election?
After the elections, when results are declared.
Yobe is against the law. Let's understand a sebe enye agwajejele dulesi so gifting someone after election too.
No, nenyebe because of our relationship. Maybe Priscus is a brother and a friend. Yame tui, yame be ne hola. Etuvu nebe Priscus ye rakoda pe la koda flime me vale na ne kone yata me draw line egba be mi apeti mi anyabe. This one aten ekilelela ma atenwe. And me kpo ma po abotane John Dumelo be etan ledukwe. Mi ape agents which all left me party executives which they were vigilant and Ojak but they said be you are resist the oppressor enye honorable Lydia be enono me ma he no le efima he meje mi apetio ekpo sometimes when you have a title you have to equally live up to tax allo behave in such a manner be America ma ide nu do de gbo egbela wa gbo be nyaba mekede bubu meyo o ma no bubu nko yo na wela ano nu tovu wewa and my advice chebe going into the general elections America mega wanu kimi tobeko because when you do those stuffs if you have a diveni akọ mi ape democracy allo mi ape blood mag blood ke hi na mi apete monu popola e diveni akọ kopu ba and enuma amenema va se gomoko e vunya zube ne mecho John Dumelo no ledokyo yeah imagine be party executives so left me branch executives where constituency or regional executives yeah be you are interfere with the process yeah genuine dule officers or see and one big shame hinyi me pokrache nyebe as a policeman obe slogan or motto nyebe service with integrity all the various security institutions like have open motto so nebe service with integrity yeah amereva le nu kona wele flime here yera kodape menyakra chebe a frown on your motto or your slogan elenumada sile flimela you are so bold so proud of it so happy kaka otan la siwe amole video coverage wa krala mechole mola I wonder the kind of servicemen we are having in Ghana now if they are really in to serve or they are in for their parochial interest because any prudent proactive and well-meaning service fellow la ma wanu kebeku he mi atoma ole ayawa so he o wacho but again ejijo obe ne awu gbola elebe na atouchinu ne alo awu kokolokro atouchinu ne the issues of natural justice ne be mi awa aide megbe video our analysis do wela mi akpobe apenola ya me believe in mi ape sort of democracy cralo politics wa milo enya be Lagos security officer there wa video there he no circulating be ever nine morning play army kake yi ne for all these years who serve who sube morning play me ya cover influence alo couple be vote la imada konyo enya be kosrame de joda be le imene nya ya gbolo le fia ola petwa ya mele gbolo be
she has also come to say that no more bete they are just doing it bloko gbolo ye fenko yesterday she spoke to
me ka be ni akogbolo benko mepo
the gentleman question
ne yebo be no ko gbolo benko ya indeed ever dey fiason obe nu wa kimi ko gbelenko elu me manu obe nu we ko gbelenko you see amechichi obe ngongolo mevole ekpon no matter how hard you try to clean the leopard his spots will not go away ta ejagbagba be ni awanu ni alechi na edokwe but the black spots cannot be erased ta echola edefia gagla be ma opetela enye nu hedungo hejo so ma agbolo be John Dumelo no very vigilant on the ground. And then miape executives so pete in fact Ghanaians we should all be vigilant on the ground mesama eke wadokwe as a patriotic citizen hecho de lemene miape glode magblode be enu ya talk we bekula inducement vote buying influencing individuals whilst they go to vote especially when they are in the queue plitoma pete ala they are things we should frown on and again mele blona mobe sometimes you should also do the arithmetic bena mereva now 100 Ghana Benena vote night and the fellow will come and lead you for 4 years. 100 Ghana ma divided just by 365 days, which makes a year. Then a in a day, crowdy. Then I'm here daisy. So you are not worth anything. No politician, be even now 100 Ghana be. Then a vote night play talking me to all out. Vote on the person based on capacity, abilities, and capabilities because and yabene vote na miera at and deliver. awa nu waje mu ava de ile veve seseme ana system afa play talk me talk pete you see take time then na our research that show ayawa so ametianu to me and you realize that the woman indeed never serve me or ke bon la yan top parochial interest school over serve na edo kwele fima so it's obvious that John Dumelo will be winning that seat or will back that seat home for the NDC in the December 7th polls. Yeah.
All right, Friscos.
Joyce.
Friscos.
Echo manager ko throw ile fie. Enye nu tena meji. Enye nu tena meji be mi do fike he mi do la zon is okay me. So very disheartening. But you see there was a beginning to it, and at this point we are all failing to acknowledge that beginning of all of these things. Nei the primary smally where crapoing enuma mark away inaji. Let me have primary smally where enuma mark yo inaji. And made over where as you demand.
Okay, so let's go back. Some people were citing even during the registration exercise.
Yes.
Whole central here, we understand NDC.
I've had people who have said to me. I've had people who have said to me.
No, see, can you allow me clear that one? That we fried yam and then was given out to the people. We did because me our social democrats minyo and pay our philosophy and ideologies.
So that was
people were sitting. No. It's a different ball game altogether. They were registering, and what we do is that after you are done with the process, have you avamiagbo avaho nebe dolewu and miawe mefos na dameji avano kode amesio tepele miko ni mikre stand mile koliko to nenye be feel be koliko joy even MPP guys so onye polling agents well if me overdo koliko le miagbori yes overdo which means be meti we yi plinu dudo ne dole work here feel be dole wula ya avado. So that is it, my brother. Please.
And that one is not an inducement.
No, it's not.
So the point I'm making is that Joyce, I'm over where on to do ole nubia ne me nami nukiola mi ma dako.
That's vote selling.
Yes. I remember we home when you make, and I've had people say to me, oh, home when you make you, home when you make you, blonano concave me have a vote. I'm like, oh my brother, the le nuke mi jo happy na va dakwa. So me ekemi po echola ya wasui menye gombeje pe ekemi o. And what this thing yesterday wasn't the beginning of it. It's a culture that ever mummies on, right? We have done it to the extent that we feel it must be done. And that's what we have seen even yesterday, that the voting exercise that is just for people who should be more enlightened, people who should be more aware of the process and the do's and don'ts. And I won't blame Echo ni ma blame o because in many circumstances kate amiejo la me vale fin be a dako na me de kondu du vale nai ne me ho ke yan toy ni ne nye le fin ni ma gbe me ni ma ho yes because we kweve
the understanding is so we have to guy.
Yes, and we have heard people who have said be indicate me no one of the MPP representative I think on TV3 and global let's assume be ma leader do ngolobe alo ebule nkujine video be susu ije ji video alo de menya be nukemi wo wonu gbegbelo menye ma leader be zigbanto eki ole parliament baz on ke zon lo me zigbanto eki ole so very much aware of what is required of her and what is not enya nuke je be ne wo nuke meje be ne wo and let's be real to the issue. And in an interview, he will lead a video. Gene, I'm remember. I'm in my point interview. I'm remember. Every dark when I'm about crap women no female tame no normal. And on and Ghana tonight, so the video day. I'm a boy and told a female do cuckoo and all of that. And I'm like
She
so
can't run away from
what
that.
is happening? This is a video. This is a video clear enough that you were part of the people. All let you that see narrow water.
I saw her holding like
yes.
the pass and
so we've seen you in the video and all of that. And you see, all of this we are doing, and I've heard people encouraging others that we all need to be vigilant. ne ye na de wopela koda yi keme nyama mere le tepe there are excepts of other videos that aba me de crapology menya ya wa so tepe bubureche aba me no jibo khoreji ape wo video okpla me yi filling station alo tepe de no na record and all of. So everybody is I mean say give our video, you know, let me report it first and all of that. And we should all be aware, but there are consequences for this thing. I've heard people who are blaming John Dumelo every outburst there, the choice of words and all of that. Sincerely, his reaction is far better than Amerenya Kokova Fimi, just because of that. Would we have preferred? So I don't see anything wrong. But we had electoral officers there. All right, we had electoral commission officers there, people who were recruited, trained to spot all of these things and prevent them. I am sure even though it was a special voting, there was a security personnel on guard to avert all of these things. They were just on looking. So the investigation or whatever punishment there should be should extend to all of them who were on looking.
Okay.
Because you were to prevent such a thing from happening. I tell you not. Ne John Dumelo e man do le fimi choy. Ne me mimele nyake discuss ya beleke mile wo. Ne John Dumelo ya man do ke mi chole fimi. Leke he mi no fi hi le nyake wo kaka le ole wo leke, and the defense that is coming from one angle. Ne mimele wo leko. By now ne maybe I'm o disqualify am de alo okwa me de kokwe le remand de mi le bill de pe nyagbo. Let's be frank, because it is so clear that in any manner this is unacceptable. But the other issue now is that OSP getting me. OSP getting yakime yamele babia. That, you know, in this electoral process, and perhaps somebody would want to correct me, but in this electoral process, the direct institution that should be more interested in this should be what? The Electoral Commission, Alo Williams.
The electoral fraud, speaking with Doc, I think he was on the line before you came. He said the Ghana Police Service, not the special prosecutor.
Yes, because there are direct institutions that should be in this, so that we can quickly, you know,
have the capacity to prosecute.
Aside even the capacity, Electoral Commission. You remember the case of is it Joanna Kujo or so? I came over there. And the ballot of poll, you caught and I read already immediately. Electoral Commission now release a plethora.
Yeah, the notice of polls.
So why is it that some of the issues, because if there is any punishment at all, if there is any sanction at all, if there should be any institution that would want to initiate investigation into this issue, Electoral Commission should be so concerned, because this is your activity, you are conducting it. And you would allow people to cast the insinuation, and I was telling you, perception is key. You allow people to have the perception that for your staff's onlooking, it means they permitted it to happen. For your staff's onlooking means they permitted it to happen. So you should be interested by yourself to say, we want to clear our name of this. But my staff can be familiar. Because many do angereka ko cover do kono over ya le mana mi ole flieme. So for it to catch the attention of somebody to even record, I feel so bad. I only pray by OSP investigation, it would go a long way for us to have conclusion to this issue in the shortest possible time. But aside that, this is one out of the many issues we've heard yesterday. One out of the many issues we've heard yesterday. What will be the Electoral Commission's own effort to ensure that Nukioma Vajo le même leader? Et yani ya kemi mebia, be obu be même leader be kemi. Ya mereva le nduduma, ya parti vele atobo mima no be na mandudo. Bu ileke hunya ajo le fimi.
All right. They must all stay away from sharing water, sharing food. When you are going there as an electorate, prepare for water, eat before you go. Carry water along if possible. All right, thank you, gentlemen, on the first one. The last or the second one here It's from the IGP when he saying that don't interfere in our work. It's a warning from the IGP to private security operatives. All right, so the National Election Security Task Force, led by the Inspector General of Police, George Ekofo Dampare, has issued a stern warning to private security operatives not to interfere with the work of state security forces before, during, and after Saturday's elections. Recent elections in Ghana have been marred by violent activities involving vigilante groups, some of which operate as private security for political figures. Speaking during an engagement with the Association of Private Security Organizations, IGP Dampare reassured the public that state security agencies would maintain full control of election security, emphasizing their commitment to ensuring peaceful and orderly elections. The Election Security Task Force also engaged. All right, so this was when they engaged Commonwealth Observers Mission led by former Botswana President Mogweshi Masisi, assuring them of their preparedness for the polls. The rest of the paragraphs at the quotes of the IGP, that the only entity responsible for providing security are the state actors and nobody else. We also don't want a situation where the ordinary voter is confused and probably intimidated by the sight of any form of uniform that makes them very apprehensive about showing up and casting their vote. To Ghanaians, we want to assure you that we have your backs and we will do all it takes so you don't get confused, especially the voters, so that you walk into the polling area to cast your votes peacefully with a lot of confidence, knowing that nobody can intimidate you. We are with you, and we are also with all the parties and the candidates to assure them that the structures we are putting in place are for the benefit of all. This is to ensure that you have confidence in the system and do not make any attempts on your own to provide security for yourselves. You are fully and totally in charge. Be rest assured, he stated.
All right, Jijo.
I think this counts next as far as security is concerned.
Yeah, but not really. Vivi be miafe police opete be tato. Mi yona be IGP Dampare edo le nu ya ho be yima dibe amedeke avako security bubu deke akochaka iviwo. Ela be police oko ya esiena mo be wanom ya dome akpo gbo be mi dakole untifa fame obe amaikesi etosel nuli nala yantonesi but ke fifie ekpo miao cheki hibe yoma dibe no kwa meleke chaka mi obe miao nto chela ma kwa meleke ko chaka mi adokwe ado awune de party bubu de ke ben kome atonko be onye mi aviwe ke amemaola wa wanu maje gaji play du kometo ya che ganye role ko lebe please no play melenya ya gbro because me hosebe donku azugu please oji edonku ema oji a amema opete ono place unit me hafi o vana minya be yuwela ne yo bene yo wu emui alo mosquito lendola ya yo dona uniform when azugu met the committee explanation ma on abe devi ma heba wu ame plito fu amo plito wa ne yo bene yo awu mosquito swela ya yo dona police woman hinye kaki colored police uniform ma dibe miauche miaga no yamaso because there's this article up for publication alone in the daily say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Lekbogbolo the fact that miva sign peace pact alo miwa untifafa nonomela mefia be mia blasida konu agblobe enumaje gajio no jole mia be dukomo matangblo na okle kakana ejibe 85-90% of our electoral process enye manual process elechuchula pemegbe azoi fima ava nye mia global electronic so enmekwe nu iketa machula pemeye akodapela wavazu bunya because like in the normal sense and ne analysis opetela akpobe mehia be bunya ne jo hafio dake amedo you can practice na dictatorship in democracy. Amedo you can elected tyrants wela what divene you are to ayemonu de sia de ne you wanu begble enya be minya be vigilante groups ole the MPPC and zigede no ike jona enya be over donor uniform now aglobe nova no
vigilante group ma o me de me dissolve over yere
emi dissolve over by elections or mi wa pete ekponu yo ke ga jode ma thank bro na be ogba Sami Jemfi bebu la sin of ogba Pablo bebu la sin of and make away one more vigilante groups ma okwe one more and nuka ejo la sin of all disarm every MP, every minister, hey na defima, be bodyguard, be Marco Am, yes, well. Marco Amo, kake eventually la o datu Pablo bebu, eventually o datu Sami Jemfi bebu, ke fika tu awa choson, hafiva, ne be dampari kie nongo, blonemi be ya disarm, amesiame, ike bonafimi with a weapon, ke leke mi wa pe weapon, tangede, asin of constituency, kaka ole tu da, mi ape party meto. So me enye nya yata me gbolo don go be enye nya nwi do gbolo. You see, to talk the talk is easy, but to walk the talk is a different ball game altogether. Be ma va ya van la onjile finema gbolo be e choma play F160 hello F150 e me gbole. Ka ke fifi ele ike ma wa ba diga play F150 e cho. Ya enye enya ke hi le ta dampari ya ba gbole be ya akpo ile sedo ka ke mi ache mi le gbolo be dossier ba gake nenuzi ome wa dola no the red in our Ghana flag if ya be hui ke mi atogbe okodai ko hodo kwesi no nemi if it means be we have to again toe that part then me have a second independence me akwela I guess Ghanaians are ready to meet any condemned individual that would like to no you see me no analysis there were this question bia anamia petemia I divert from the main issue, but I think be any education na mi apete first independence mi ho ameno gbogbolo na meden chobe na nye be Kwame Nkrumah cooperative sergeant ajete ma opete ko ba nongo kaka mo ba gbe bude me ne no nya be ele ikemi yo adagba mi yo ademi le Britannia ye vote he fu pepe aba jile la ne no mi ko lan yo ko so da bi ko le mi aba sika odole kra na de vinemi because at least so that be I know la obo kake no make be ku nana do he cover that in fifia Britannia he vo crown make plomilo that is how come olebe mi abubo reset Ghana because we are retrogressing mele progress make baton race o ko baton e desila ya le do full anti-clockwise ta kpofi ke do ko gbo to the stand be o declare me junk economy ne ye vo be junk wento nya adukpoji enu ike value mele won ekpedade so nenye begbe mi le fia hie le gbogbolo be mi ko do kwesi no hola mi ga hia ne do kwesi no ikenye do kwesi no evelia gbanto nyi pakplo mekpo gomelemo so it is our time now to partake in this one and rescue Ghana but in that regard mi hia be untifafa chene no so dampare should not just do the talk kemi akobla menu enugbegle anojojo we had a security meeting with the municipal election security here and then they assured us the tax force who assured me there will not be any policeman there that will be armed Kake chola and I even had a video because of what was said and what I saw on the ground actually you can me call ballot box or call the EC pickup me call here the municipal police station and police said they got the two I think I guess it's AK come and look pump action show
in the car or
no on the street no megbe so I asked myself
he's protecting the
no
ballot.
so that is the issue
is that not a different
you
thing
see,
and the police stations they will not be armed
they will not be armed
or you ask
but
where he got the gun from
moving why should we also be armed because those things
anything can happen on
yes
the way.
so eventually if something should happen they will fire live arms and 2020 elections live arms were fired and most people lost their lives he nanado krameva geroji bedo baba
so that
no
is to protect
so
you the people
no
and then the ballot paper
no we are moving there in a serene manner then no mile moving in a chaotic manner ya agbolo crash ebe ile took cover no one attacked anybody there no one was trying to foment trouble there yesterday me at the police station from EC to the police station me like two quarter you see those things enana amegede inferiority complex amegede che the fear be yababu ibagbele nukita la wa hedemegbe because amochiri etu nenu amedomela mochiri enyabe people and their temperaments. This Ghana police, excuse my language.
The Ghana police service, the personnel.
How many of them do we work on their anger issues before even recruiting them? Enya, we've been seeing footages, except from their training ground, say, ni eleko color train, ami phone di obeneko tick, henye mi yobe bimbo da bota, neko jogging negbo, o trova o letagbo punekli talk me topeti. See, nenyebe Priscos, I have anger issues, he is quick tempered. Metan control na epe anger yanu vide jole fimi choko ya mere lolo ela yi me feel be ami edimeni attack nuka hawa ele tu degbe le fima kola ebe itekpli data and yawe mi kpo le 2020 yata ho arrangement be manyu be etu nega nonu ya mele polling station alonde kola I feel be enyu afi but ema me kpo chola ewe krabe metan le trust kone Ghana police service so ya we be nyama glo dampari lela as an individual, I opine that I don't feel. I think it's just a mere talk. I will not buy into
but
those
at the
ones.
police stations, you were also there, right? Were
Yeah,
they armed?
throughout. They were not armed.
Only when you were
Yes.
transporting
But
the ballot?
so he brought the gun there. That particular guy with the
Had
gun
the gun on him.
came latter part of the day with the gun.
But he was not stationed at the police.
He was not stationed at the polling station when we were about moving. So he came with a gun.
So it's a different thing.
No, he came with a gun to the polling station.
But after polls was over.
Yes,
After
yes,
polls
but
ended.
it ended. But we need to protect the ballot box, right? Who has to do that?
The police?
Yes. So even yesterday, I got close to the vehicle and he was like, "Oh, I'm too close." And I said, "Oh, if I'm too close to the vehicle, what happens or what will happen?" And I told him, "You cannot intimidate me because you feel you are in a uniform and you have a gun on you. I'm following and trying to monitor the process." Yeah, but these are the kind of people who thinks I know the law. So ekpobe no nya mebubu de ho dowli mala ebe tuo ho kpalala egbofu de na mi egbe ami a draw back. Esema. So that is why I'm saying be we cannot trust people just by tacit agreement. Nenyebe ke fifie no be okay, all the political parties me vada si agbalete. We don't want to see anybody here we ebenye yobe security la mixing with our men. Those people will be dealt with. Okay. This one is just a normal saying that anybody at all can wake up from their slumber and put those things out there for publication.
Okay.
Jijo, I am Billions when the last incident here, baby, you are getting close. That can be matter intimidate you. That response he gave, these are people who think they know the. So needless.
One thing I've observed is they feel intimidated when you want to prove that.
Which is needless. See,
you have a knowledge.
On Saturday, I had an interaction with, I think, the lead of the soldiers who were with us for the Voter for Peace walk. When we're getting to NAFAC, there was this friend who belongs to the NDC. And Ekpomle, Amiodome, Niklimi Dogo Edidi. Ya tena unyebo efonye ileke tamitore mo ba haji ko mino jedo and film ape man nyo dem me trouser ke hiodode was the camo edo this Timberland fukpa tafrache edo NDC tope shirt deji ape ko vest de ko dareji
okay
ne po ekonye ke chudidi fe Saturday ndi ke mi me no make bono be me soja yo ma believe cause ebe kokom ebe jeje me nje si adela soja ko eke tamino jeje ko soja oba megala tere mian yakobo ibi abie adelo fika po trouser ki odole yako mi jeje edo enya pe nu wenyebe me va ya mega ngbobo mere kuku de leke enya wunu ple ni pe vele ala be eduma ke ko eyo to be nova eteviki we no fimi ple mi eyo be nova yo bo yi demene bo nke hi odo menyo yikli odoje ya bo be ka be o me de le un le moto de ebe auta ina ivi o ple ko ye be gbugbo la be na yo nya be bubu de le vu trouser le vu me na ya tandoli yo ple ko ye be gbugbo ya odoli me bo okay yo bo ka ya gram nke ta kun yi na ode nya be me be do awo me nya kpo na ya lo na reko Von Dick me himi les ozon. Ma pa uke yo che yo dora yo do red top, play black, play yo be camo, play towe. Apa make me like party shirt me. Amere ma se go me be. Menye yo do me to de yo. At the picture go fifiela soja ocha do awuke kole ke play ke wole as on cause the voter for peace or had political parties with us. Them made a mistake at the picture kola egbele yo pe do pe take me fika soja wele mi adome. I go be 66 go ega konya va yo be po me check me. E ya ta ko yi na odawo la be e sekapo me dasi be wa do yo ba utogbe. Me be akpene kaka ni plemi na simi do je komijo. See such a person had a conversation with me. He got me to see reason in his action. What would the police officer do? Question the person and go, hey, you one light, if you don't know you return pass it. Think about me and got thrown off of a hook bomb me. Whereas we've encountered police officers before who would have a conversation with you, let you see reason in what you are doing and how wrong it is. Caution you at least. So moving into this, what the IGP is saying that they don't want private security, I think it's in place. There is no role for any private security and all. Please and please, we are pleading with they themselves, who are the officers, to not have a reason for which somebody will be tempted to bring anybody there. Because the private security you are talking about might not come dressed. Just as we have the police officers who can be in plain clothes and all of that. Yes, the mistrust, the discomfort of having them around, they loading themselves. They should be our friends. On Saturday, they should be our friends. They should be there and be human enough to understand that we are going into an election where people have the idea of I need to do this for myself, I need to do this for my country. If they direct people on Saturday at the polling stations, everything will go on smoothly. But if they come in as people who want to prove to us, but you wake and you police and we civilian, lenya tepeme, and not sweat to keke would escalate. So me le kuku denawe private security. I mean like the kejibenova or basale tepereko. They have no role to do. They have no accreditation, nothing to go around doing. Me make we heal accord that me mega with anything to go and cause mayhem. Let's go. Let's be friends with the security officers, and likewise, they should also be friends with us, and we'll be good on Saturday.
All right, and we will be good on Saturday, 4 minutes to 10. We'll wrap it up on today's edition. Finally, we have Speaker recalling Parliament on the 16th. I'll not read the details, so I'll just take your bites. 1 minute each on that.
All right, and on Bogblosy Gidibe, Maton, Copper Macbede, Yakune, Pulekodo Gela, Yavatros, Wuyovi. But by the experience of the Speaker of Parliament, America Matamba Fie, exactly Dodo, le Parliament, and indeed, a show maturity, manage me affair parliamentary judiciary bruhaha kilelebe constitutional crisis deke meva ejota enya noko mazamanu pokwo Adolf enyife hat nebe eja agbade si alebe what is no settled nechi opete hofa voa 16th of December la you agbugbo troye awa dodo nwe tode mi ape dukon and at that time enuzi ome kona mesiame ujin tukpame da jichichi leke magavano yevu kokolobe konfre kokonwo elabe ela uheme koko father toko alo sofo toko yebe nekhle bibla pour ejikola yemi yeda. So indeed speaker ewa enutepe etamani situation kaka miko ide akoda dameta mi anomo popo mebe 16th December mi akpola ikenuzi o avai.
All right.
Ese le do. Ese enu ve. Tako mi abiabe nu go mesesene do mi apete mi adome. No d'accord vont obe no trova joja gbede. Kaka joja ma mere sare nya be level. Tele bobo ebe amejo majibe yo aga yo. Nka ope mega ya. You understand? So we just pray that hey, it's peace we want after the elections, right? After the election is peace we want. So even as at now, la sort of people may no segment, but you be done for until 7th January la. You be done for take him. I know you can hear ko no. Emi da when speaker there be ambechichi nyenye. Whatever ngono nota. Yeah.
All right. Maybe you might want to share with us and who the car vedo you be adenu jedudu am minute TV. Ye kwato de mi asiwa me vepe. Nko me aicho yo ameve. Amesema wa second ko mi akọ egbetoche akọ awunu 0247900764 Bakbele 0203766500. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Sajijo.
Yeah.
Me do boy for press ko play Macbillion. Me tasire do ya speaker parliament wa. Efia be mi atakofo. Let me takofo he o declare John Mahama me dujire. Abi parliament agagwa speak. Asemenamnare one seat. Going forward, political voting inducement and point Gehela Jojo. Let me let brother. You don't seem to understand us. And the point a security officer who should have known better are taking food before the food. They are taking money. All of them more like 200 Ghana cedis now. Of course, military aircraft. Ko gadame ile ba mape. Never official galo, official ga. One kunu nami vote le John Mahama. But all the NDC MPs, let me the have vote the order like ko am nami vote. Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, this is John.
Yes.
So, if I papa de kaji.
You.
So, Macbillion ya eleji, honorable Macbillion. This is John.
Yeah.
NPP, so they don't know what they get. La nipa ya ji. They were probably no vote now. You know you 7th December. They didn't work for anything. They are only 10. They you only job. When you work when you have election, you are called no DVV for money and all those attractive items today. You call Blamono. But I think Ghanaians should be very wise. No problem, because to go the hardship in which we have passed through, since they have taken over power today. The Ghanaians must be well about that. So, let me start today. The are no blamo, kaka to the state, transfer more, central, so the better do over the way. They are more valuable. We will promise you. It is Zongo people. They have to move now. They have to school on a place of it. I'm well. And then you go transfer over for 20 cities. They take away. So entity is full of the you go attract and mewe. You blame away. What make the people not Ghanaian stop it? No make that stop it. No Fuji Maori. No come blow no solve the contract. You go with this election.
Okay, hello, good morning.
Morning, Sajijo.
Papa.
I'm okay.
Hey.
I do bene Macbillion kuli Christos.
Okay.
Ya wele dodi.
Me kumia
Frenchman eke.
Okay.
Ramati no be akpe no be nufo. Abeleke oga denya semene mi adu come zo eneni. Me die makuire ya o tebe tume. Be ni kenkume nyuere nde sere ke na di ni kenkume. Ezwe mi gal tatale gbo me nya ke ku se mi le nya ga fini ke tamre kukune. Eleke mi nya le nkome ke tu go me ja ko mi ke ti kaka ko wu akpe nya wole doji. Ramani pli ise photo su.
Yo.
Saturday. Ereji.
All right. And they came to December 7. Chichemele Jajagbo. In the sea there. Aye, Jinwe. Mi adole agbo so some. Nyenwa adore gameji avadako. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Doris Rekaji.
Yo, Mama Doris.
Yo. Namre Boglo MPP ma wa dore kele kike kemori. Edi kokwe. MPP wado. Eya tamija le kodagene. NDC edi eva gulo. Hokwe. Se en hokwe to dakone amewa. Okpo vide mi beka shukura we ameumetua. Dan we mawawa. Emma we imadewa. Bon tu wele jojole hokwe. Eya tari. Le kuku dene ho centra to be mi vote ne divine me problem pi la roga ke mi ponu yo ke waole NDC eva gulo 32 years mi da kona kaka eva gulo December 7 day mi le ko dagene do kaba mi akore for divine but why so what to ko ma remi over na mi NDC eva gulo.
Yo akaka Mama Doris be get me aji. Let's wrap up your final words, gentlemen.
All right, Jijoma azamonu pokpo maglone ni apeto dola opete be avanye eyi gbegble be eyiva dako ne parti bubudela be echo ametati ayoke dana kole Ghana godola opunu openu fola eje kotembe odibe NDC John Dramani Mahama play mi apese otakwe me ila opete la no gbugbo trono ho ezie enya whole central me have 1559 special voters. Echo nekpo 10 out there 1,337. Ta nekpo yes 1,337 yes. So nekpo nui like oyone the percentage la akpoebe indeed I'm all rooting for change. Nui ke Jonah next the political, terrain across the world in Yebe. Now more dudoza. A voter turnout increasing. Konena Kobe, people want the incumbent government to go. Because Nayebe are more interested in the government la voter party Jonah. I'm mega have no interest to because of the bele nu tepewa huku.
Look at them. Research says.
No, I'm doing a baseline argument. Nu ike he Jonah. Le politics me ya gblomele le ka modu chola efia kotembe akoda dala evane NDC edem Kofi Potosu John Dramani Mahama Ghana godo peteche sigbe endorsement ta December 7th America mega ba gblen eyo to kwenye na pofi ke he kone na kwasi koda le fimi. Let us reset Ghana nemi apete mi apo ngogbe in conclusion enyebe ameya ova benyi so mi kpasi no mi apete mi tutu akavuvo ifie ewolejo mi be mi aduela obe mi abe awu opodi wo ngoble be mi awe pede yun mi tutu wo ewolejo nanado ba mi ana pokle MPP surrogacy awo emi wa novo ho hozi he ho jidudu be unsa ongolo Ghana ble ko vevese dare mi aji. Let us reset Ghana. A 24-hour economy will be better or it's even far better than a junk economy.
Joyce is nipenya momlole very simple. Bo leke he agbewele fifie na kodako. Bo agbewe fifie na kodako. Amerika mega konya vivire ke kobleo. Bo agbewe fifie na kodako beje leke he nuole na wede enyu na weda nu na wela yeji ne menyu na wode. Yevu gbe reset it.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Priscus Akon, Honorable Mark Billion Bansa. You were no miagbo legbatoji. Mi afe todo lao, yo lao. Hame yo po mi le Facebook. Mi afe gbeda si opete wova le dudu manu. echokuda miaga no miagbo ekpo akpolo mi de keke ton ekwo ekpo to mi ai akodada ele jajara do nwen to me enya me ike adako na enya nu ike ta la kodam do a okata onye dodo yiwo alotati ai awole wonto do kiome ha finyi cho memre dagbe ne wado fidagbe enye holiday mi ahojujo ajra mi ape susu me do nwe ha fi memre dagbe mi avaide akoda pe jedodo mamlo ole egbo na wana vuvu ole mi asi ado mi agbo ha fi mi o ha mi agaba khode tepe echondi nkonyenye Joyce Jijo Afola Thames ekpogbobe mieno Facebook Frank abo eva no mi agbo mi da pena mi ape do la pete ple mi ape me gbeda lao keke nejeji na mi opete ododo ele ewunti don ko jibe Christmas epa ya o le fofo mlo